Yeah, let's go. Welcome to Cree's Conversation Lounge. Ay, 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 ay. Step in the room, whole vibe shift. Timeline messy, I clock that quick. Real talk heavy, no sugar, no glaze. When Chris start talking, they stuck for days. Screenshot ready, receipts on file. Some love the truth, some hate the style. Boss talk only, I speak then react. If the story get crazy, I'm bringing it back. Talk, yeah. Boss talk, yeah, the truth run loud. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Chris Conversation, we run this crowd. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mic high, yeah, the pressure on. Yeah, yeah. When Chris go live, they clicking on. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Boss talk, no filter, no filter, no fear. If it's real or messy, it's landing right here. Late night energy, lights stay low. Chat going crazy, views on go. No fake reactions, I keep it raw. Unpacking the drama, exposing the flaw. Some throw shade, some show love. Still trending heavy, I rise above. From viral moments to real life pain. Could break it down and run it again. Run it, let's go. Boss talk, yeah, the truth run loud. Crease Conversation, we run this crowd. Yeah, yeah. Real talk, yeah, the vibe too strong. Yeah, yeah. Once you pull up, you locked in long. Pour up the tea, get comfortable now. Conversation Lounge, we setting the tone. Big crit energy, facts on display. Welcome to the lounge, now press play. Yeah.
Good morning. Good morning, y'all. Good morning, Terry. Not sure if you're still in here. Thank you so much for the copyright disclaimer. Um, that is also going across that ticker at the bottom. Good morning, Fifi. Thank you so much. You have an amazing day. Kimberly Merrills, good morning. Good morning, Jazz. Good morning, you changed me. Thank you so much for that super chat. You did it, girl. Good morning, Latte M&M. Good morning, Brandy, Robin Lots. Good morning. I know you're probably working. Good morning, Rosalind. That one. Good morning, babes. Good morning, Tracy Johnson. Ranithia, good morning. You at work? Okay. But you in here. Alrighty. What's going on, y'all? I hope you all are having a great day. Great day. Y'all saw the thumbnail. Y'all see the title. Um, we back talking about Ashlee Jenae, the social media influencer who was found deceased in Tanzania. Hold on one second. Good morning, Dreamy Girl. What's up? Miss Fila, good morning. So, I'm sorry. So, what do we know so far, right? Hey, good morning, Quadre. What we know so far, Ashlee Jenae traveled to Tanzania to celebrate her 31st birthday. Cancer 66, good morning. um, During the trip, her boyfriend proposed to her. They say that there was an altercation between Ashlee and her fiance Joe McCann. That's his name. I think somebody was asking me his age, and he's 42. He said he was 42 for the people that wanted to know. Um, After the altercation, they were placed in separate rooms. I'm just catching y'all up to where we are. Um, Not long after them being placed in separate rooms, Ashlee was found deceased at the hotel. Okay. Um, we all know, if you don't know, they later ruled her death as a suicide. Right now, her parents are saying they still don't have answers. They say the fiance is not in communication with them since her death. They are now demanding hotel footage. Okay. They want them to release that surveillance, which they should be asking, because it should be cameras. It should be cameras facing to where you can just about see every room on the resort, hotel, whatever it was. Um, we also know her fiance is still in Tanzania. His passport is reportedly being withheld. They did say he was being questioned. Girl, ain't it a strong 42? But they still saying as a witness, right? Which is kind of crazy to me. But hopefully, I'm not gonna say hopefully that'll change, but hopefully the family will get the answers that they need. But he is speaking with local police as a witness, right? Um, I do want to let y'all know he does look older than 42. You did say 50. Um, him being questioned as a witness does not mean he's guilty, of course. Um, because of course I mean the magic word is witness, but I did find some new things that I'm gonna share them with y'all today. Um, I'm just so ready. I know it's not gonna happen as fast as we all want it to happen, but this family definitely needs some closure. They do now have a GoFundMe um going, and I think last time I checked it, it was, I don't know where it is now. I can look at it. We can pull it up, but um they do have a GoFundMe. And I have some questions about that GoFundMe as well, because for that man to be, before I even get into any of these videos and anything that I want to show y'all, y'all know I got to talk a little bit. But I just want to know, like, if he wasn't guilty, you know what I'm saying? Like, if this man wasn't guilty, he would have already had her parents there. Like, it's really, 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 really suspicious to me. That he's not speaking to them. He hasn't said anything since she passed to them. They don't know nothing. He just called them and said that something happened, right? He didn't give any details or any of that. Um, the hotel is actually who called her to let her know that Ashlee had actually passed away. So that's very suspicious. And then to go on, yeah, he's like, I think his net worth was like 42 million. That one. And so, um, dang, I just lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, then he went on to um make a Facebook status. I mean, a Twitter status about work, about the stock market, right? But not only that, if y'all haven't noticed, if I don't know if y'all are all into it like I am, but he changed his avatars on his Twitter and on his YouTube. He took off the avatar where he had on the mask and he was just showing his eyes. He changed it on both of them. So you got enough time to change that. And that's also like, how was he being held? How was he being detained for questioning? And he has access to be able to change his social media profile. Whew, crazy work. So let me see. This story reminds me of the Shanquilla. Mm-hmm. Yep. That's a strong 42. But hey, I guess, hey, Korean chat. Hey, Raquel. He looks older than 42 though. Yeah, You Changed Me was giving him about 50. Hey, Love Spice, welcome in. If he has nothing to hide, why not speak to the parents? Exactly. Why not give them a little something? So it's all giving suspicious. We finna watch it, the parents, though. Good morning, Tammy. Thank you so much, Dreamy Girl. I feel like if he loved her and not guilty, why not pay for it himself? That's what I just got through talking about. Like, why are these people even having to raise money? You're literally supposed to be worth $42 million. Um, why does her family have to even start a GoFundMe for you know what I'm saying? Like, he should be able to get them parents there, and he should be able to get them back as well as get her back home. Like, it's all weird. He's supposed to have money. He has enough money to get them there. He definitely does. Good morning, Razi Ozzy. Hmm. Okay, I'll show you. Hold on. I'll show you what he changed it to. Then I'll come. Actually, let me just open up a new tab. Okay. It's okay. I got you, Dreamy. So his actions been fake, hence the proposal. Yeah. So to me, in my opinion, I think the proposal was a part of the plan. Like, oh, why would I do something like that? I just proposed to her. Like, oh, she was the love of my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, buddy, it's not giving that. So this is what he changed it to. Remember, it was he had the scarf around his face, and all you could see was his head and his eyes. Let me see. I actually got it. Hold on. Because that was one of the first things that I had saved, and that was his Twitter post. Come on here. Well, I'll find it so I can show it. But yeah, he had a scarf over his face. Um, it might be in my deleted because but he changed it to this, and I was like, he's being detained, he's being held for questioning, um, as a witness, but nevertheless, you have time to change your profile picture. Um, oh, here we go. Let me show you. So this was the initial profile picture that he had. There you go, Dreamy. I wonder why he doesn't date his own race. Not that it matters, but it's questionable. Um, y- I don't know. Good question, because in all actuality, Ashley really never had it in it was never gonna happen for her either, pretty much. I'm there's some old tweets of her saying like she knew she was gonna pretty much be with, yeah, a white man. She knew she was gonna have mixed babies. She said she knew she was gonna have mixed babies since the age of 3. So I don't know why some people feel that way. Um, Maybe he just don't like his type. Maybe he preys on us black women. Um, because if I'm not mistaken, I think that it was supposedly said in the first divorce there was physical abuse claim with the ex-wife. I didn't even know he had 2 kids with the ex-wife. None of that. Exactly what the heck the fundraiser is for. I don't know, Love Spice. That's what I'm saying. Like, bro, get if you don't want to look guilty, you're definitely looking that way. He's definitely looking that way. Let me pull this back up. And let me read these, and then I'm gonna play the video that the parents. He's a rich weirdo. Good morning, Summer Mommy. I never thought about this, but I wonder if she could have been pregnant. Well, right now they're waiting. I'm gonna just play it. So I think there's more. It's a lot more being done right now. As far as I think they sent somebody from the U.S. to help out. Good morning, Tanya. But an autopsy would determine that, and that's what's happening now. Then people should not have to put a GoFundMe since he loved their daughter oh so much, right? My opinion was fucked up that this girl did. My opinion was fucked up that this girl did not come back home to her family. I am pissed he turns to. I'm trying to understand that, Love Spice. He has 2 kids, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, that's what I just said. And supposedly, I don't know. I'm sure the person that said it'll come in here and say, "Hey, Joanne, good morning. Has anybody talked about the ring that he had just put on her finger, or did he slip it off during the chain of freak events?" No, but you know what? Since you said that, you know, when they do like the autopsy and stuff, aren't they going to like say everything that you had on? Yeah, they are. They are because I remember with Romika, they pretty much named everything like down to the undergarments and stuff like that. So we should hear about that. That was a good question right there. We should definitely hear about that. But let's go ahead. Oh wow, he looks crazy. I really think he plays with his nose to a rich man with rich problems. Hey Rakita. Hey Roz, good morning. All right, so let's play what her parents said. He does look crazy and remind me of a soft boy and druggy. You said that just looks a little weird to me. I mean, his eyes just tells the whole story to me.
Initially said that Ashlee took her own life, but you guys released a statement saying that her death was suspicious. What do you think happened?
We're not too sure what happened. That's what we're trying to find out. I got 2 emails today from the embassy in Zanzibar that said the investigation is still ongoing. Um, that they have not determined the cause of death yet at all, and the investigation is still ongoing and still pending right now. So there has nothing official has been released. That's what we're trying to find out. We just want answers.
What was it that the hotel initially told you guys?
That the person that Joe McCann, who she was traveling with, had that he had found her and that they had taken her to the hospital.
We just think it's very odd that our daughter is traveling with Joe and we don't hear anything from Joe. To me, that's very odd. And initial call that she got from Joe was 11 hours after something had transpired in the room. And that's very odd. 11 hours later,
11 hours.
Something had transpired, and Joe just relayed to Yolanda that Ashlee was okay and she was stable and she was okay and don't worry about it.
But that she was at the hospital.
Yes. 11 hours later.
So have you spoken to him since, and what has he been saying?
There has been no communication here.
Was there any footage? Did you look at the footage? Did you see the footage? These are things that's very important to us. These are things that can clear everything up. It gives us a timeline. It lets us know what happened. We have not seen or heard or even anything about any kind of footage surveillance. These are things that we need to know.
Did you guys ever think that Ashlee had any mental health issues?
I would think that's farther from the truth. If you go to her page, you know, like you can see, she's a beacon of light. You know, she likes being in the limelight. It's like being in the camera. She was an influencer. You know, she loved her family.
She loved her family.
She loved her family.
So local authorities in Zanzibar.
So that was that, right? I just got to see that part that you told me about. You changed me. Did you see it that time though? Good morning, Gigi. Good morning. Damn, just when I was thinking about getting a white man, you better think again, sis. You better think again. So basically, ghosted the family. That's what it's looking like. You got time to update your social media accounts. You not reaching out saying, "Hey, I can assist with this. Hey, I'm so sorry." Right? Because they didn't even accuse him. If you saw the first video, they just basically said they didn't know. They don't want to like put it on anybody. Of course, I'm sure they have their suspicions just like we do, but they're not doing that. Somebody said right here in the comments, stop interviewing and get on a plane to get those questions answered. This man stopped communicating for a reason, and the hotel may have gotten paid to keep quiet or hide evidence. Red flags. Called hours later, hasn't communicated with her family, hotel having to separate them for safety reasons, is screaming he did something to her. And my thing is, how did he find her if they put them in separate rooms? Correct me if I'm wrong. You changed me. Wasn't his room and her room a good amount of minutes from each other? Right? Let me see. Okay, so you said y'all, Rosalind, you said where are they from? Hold on, let me go up some because I see. Well, she's originally from Philly. Somebody said somewhere else, but that she is from Philly. She is from Philly. I seen on there a couple of times, and that's why she took him to Philly because she said finally got this Cali boy to Philly. Took him to the Eagles game and all that. But that's where she's from. Was that the stepdad or bio dad talking? So the black guy is her dad. The white guy was her stepdad. That's the mom's husband. Clock it. 11 hours later, oh no, he was asking to have his hands put behind his back. Of course he did it. Come on. Right. Exactly. And the initial call, 11 hours later, and saying that she was in stable condition. That, that ain't enough for me, sir. What do you mean? In stable condition from for what? My cousin mm, met her YouTube man many moons ago. We thought the same, but he was a good one. Thank God. I know that's right. Right, Cree. He would be falling apart. He absolutely would be falling apart. Um, where you at? Okay, boom. Somebody just hit it for me. Roslyn. Right. So listen, y'all. So it says that, they were put in separate rooms. His room and her room were about 10 minutes apart, y'all. Right? Which is kind of like crazy because usually not a couple of rooms down or right on the other side of the 10 minutes apart. So how bad was the argument? Then it was around 2 a.m. in the morning. Hey, Elisa. Why is that coming up? I mean, it was like 2 a.m. in the morning, right? Now, how? In between time, what made him, how did he find her if they were put in separate rooms? Who opened the door to let him in if she was found unconscious? Who? Who did that? I'm waiting on y'all. I want y'all to answer it for me. I want y'all to answer it. I'll be like, if she was found unconscious, who opened the door to let him in to find her? Now, was there a conversation? Yeah, I just said that. That's what I am saying. So Latte, did you just get back in here? Let me know so I can tell you exactly what I'm saying. I don't care how bad the argument was. You don't just spread out like that in an unfamiliar place. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. They would not just spread out that fucking far. I don't know where I am. You know what I'm saying? It's probably more familiar to him. Let's not forget. But she don't know where she is. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all, it had y'all. I've been here, just had you turned down. Okay. So here's the thing. They were 10 minutes apart. That's how far their separate rooms was. It was about 2 o'clock in the morning. Okay. When she was found, right? How did he find her unconscious? Who opened the door to let him in to find her? Eminem. It was said he found her. He did. His master key. You said his you said his master key or the hotel. or the hotel. But then, I was talking about it this morning. I was having a discussion about it this morning. Were there text messages? We done all got into an argument with our partner, and we may leave or they may leave, and then we start to text and we start to talk. Yes, let's just talk. Yes, just come over here. Yes, was it any of that? And that is how he got in the room. Come on, get his family something else. Where is those phone records? I'm trying to figure out why such an expensive place that doesn't have any cameras in the first place. Oh, they do. They do. And the family is requesting that footage right now. That part. Who let him in if she was found unconscious? Hopefully they check to see if all her parts are still attached. Why at 2 a.m.? Because that's what I just said. Was there text messages? Were they trying to talk? Were they trying to work it out? And that's how he got in? I don't personally, you say he was already there, and I don't think he found her. I think she let him in. And I think he staged it. I think she let him in. Let me pull up my other video real quick. Well, before I do that, I'll go ahead and show y'all the GoFundMe. Let's see real quick. Yep, I think she let him in. Did they put the link? I have the link. I just can't believe that he's not assisting them in getting them there or none of that. It's weird to me. So hold on. I send myself all these. This is okay, all the comments. Hold on. Right, Miss Ranithia. I wonder, but hope all her parts. Uh-oh, hold on, y'all. Hey, Angel. Maybe she was texting him and said something about harming herself, so he got staff to help. Maybe. Possibility. Big possibility. And they said she asked the hotel staff for a battery charger and asked them to come back in 15 minutes to check on her. Haven't heard that yet. If you got it, Summer Mommy, send it to me on Facebook, Crease Conversation Lounge or Crease Conversation. Right, Miss Ranita. I wonder. I hope so. I really believe they were texting back and forth, and he went to her villa. Thank you. I do too. But what Angel said is really not far fetched. If we keep an open mind, it's not far fetched.
Joe McCain's passport has been withheld. The BBC has reported today, April 14th, that his passport has been withheld and he is speaking to local police as a witness. They do not suspect him of any wrongdoing, but he is cooperating with the police, so they say. Now, this is some news. This is new news. Now, this is interesting news, being that Ashlee's parents have not heard from Joe since he told them that she passed, and he has not made a public statement. So to know that they are still investigating and digging, that is good, unless he, of course, is working with the police. Now, I've been trying to dig and keep you guys updated. It's very hard with these updates because everything is happening overseas. So we're getting all the information late. Good thing, we have things like X where they post updates from overseas. But yeah, the BBC has been actually updating her story today, so I will keep you guys posted. But yeah, his passport has been withheld. So let's see what else happens. Joe McCain's passport has been withheld.
Okay. So we know that. Now, it's kind of weird to me. You said fact, she wasn't going to open the door for just anyone in those early hours of the morning. It's still kind of weird to me that his passport was taken and he's being questioned as a witness or withheld as a witness. It kind of don't make sense to me. He didn't even look hurt when they detained him. You saw that? You saw him being detained? Huh, Dreamy? This is such a sad situation. Ashley deserves justice and do. And do. Strangulation and suffocation. It just don't make sense. Hold on, I'm gonna pull this video up real quick. Is this the one I'm looking for? It's not that one. I can't tell from my. It's this one. Okay. Okay, thank you, Summer Mommy. Either the staff or they provided him a key. That would be stupid. You can't separate me from somebody because you feel like we might do something to each other and then provide him a key to my room. I be damn. I be damn. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure. And change me. They had clips on TikTok. Send it to me on TikTok, Dreamy. This man is nonchalant to it all. Yes. Yes. Baby, that's what we trying to figure out, Tyrese. That is what we are trying to figure out. And the parents are requesting, they're demanding it. So let's see. Damn, I seen something this morning. But I want to show y'all this one.
The more you look, the more you see. Mr. Joe is a serious individual. Used to work at Microsoft in a senior position. His startup has been funded by Mark Andreessen. If you know, you know. So how'd you get mixed up in shit like this, my bro? You're our organ in this
It
industry.
probably was.
You for just stay for one place. Now look at what your name is being thrown into. You need to come out and explain yourself regardless. Tanzanian authorities, you people are notorious for things happening to tourists in your locations and destinations. And because there's no CCTV, most of your hotels are there for hanky-panky, so you don't want to monitor anybody. And I know your police are not going to look into shit because this guy is very, very wealthy. As we're talking, they probably buried all the evidence, burnt it. Omo, I don't want to play the blame game here, but Oga, come out and explain yourself. The more you look, the more you see. Mr. Joe is a serious...
Are y'all listening to what he is saying? Let's go back.
The more you look, the more you see. Mr. Joe is a serious individual. Used to work at Microsoft in a senior position. His startup has been funded by Mark Andreessen. If you know, you know. So how'd you get mixed up in shit like this, my bro? You're our organ in this industry. You for just stay for one place. Now look at what your name is being thrown into. You need to come out and explain yourself regardless. Tanzanian authorities, you people are notorious for things happening to tourists in your locations
He says where she was found, they are notorious for people being found.
and destinations. And because there's no CCTV, most of your hotels are there for hanky panky.
There's no most of the time there is no CCTV. So he's saying like the hotels are full of BS.
So you don't want to monitor anybody. And I know your police are not going to look into shit because this guy is very, very wealthy.
And because this guy is wealthy, the police are not going to even really look into it.
As we're
Yeah.
talking, they probably buried all the evidence, burnt it. Omo, I don't want to play the blame game here, but Oga, come out and explain yourself.
So basically, he's saying the hotels are janky, and he's saying the same thing. He don't want to play the blame game, but basically, they are known for shit like this.
The more you look, the more you.
So let me see. Yep. That's what he's saying. Let me see what Summer Mommy said. And furthermore, us black people, rather women or men, is not. I talked about this yesterday. You probably wasn't here, babe. We too scared to do that. Plus, that's how they did blacks in the earlier days. I understand why some people say that. I understand why y'all say that, but it's not true. Um, all the time. You know what I'm saying? Different strokes for different folks. It's one of those things. It's been about 3 months since my cousin did it, and he did it exactly that way, right? So I know for a fact that they will. Okay. Um, it is what it is. We just never know how somebody would decide to take themselves out, but I don't want to put that out there like that's not what we will do, because that is what it it gets done. So she was found with fabric around her neck, or is that something he said? So I don't know what was around her neck. All I know is there was a print around her neck. I don't think they have actually said what exactly was around her neck when she was found. We're no more drama. Hey, no more drama. Good morning. He basically saying they are going to hide all the evidence. He said they're probably hiding it as I'm talking right now. And that's the scary thing. That's a scary thing. And I told y'all already. That's why the hell I don't want to go nowhere. Call me scary. Let me see. Okay, let me see this right here. Millionaire Mutts. But I do agree with the person that said, like, get on that plane. TTZ. I really wish I could talk into this computer. So I personally believe a little of this is going on. I've heard it too much. And it says, John, whoever he is, he said, I'm from Tanzania, Zanzibar. Police get money from this white man, and owner of the hotel is white, and he will protect the guy too. I know Zanzibari, while you have money, when you have money, he meant to say, when you have money, the deal is over. That's sad. It, But this morning I seen that the U.S. Who sent that to me? It was something I wanted to share. Was it on I know that the US was, let me see. Let me search her name really quick. He needs to come out and explain himself. He needs to say something. And he needs to say something, or they need to come live. Uh the authorities from over there, they need to come live if they need a translator, whatever they need, and they need to explain to the family exactly what he is telling them. You know, it's just as simple as that. Um, because should nobody have to sit here and guess and wait like this to know what's going on with their child? How long she knew this dude? How did she meet him on social media? I don't know if she met him on social media, but I can definitely tell you that they were only dating, the family says, for about a year and some change. For about a year and some change. Let me see something real quick. Now, how they met, I don't know. The hotels are janky. That's what it's given. That's what it's given. You know, money talks. Definitely over there, big time. She only knew him 1.5 years from what I read. Yep. Exactly, Tyrese with the T. We as black women have to be very careful with who we talk to. Yeah. And the things that we accept, you know what I'm saying? It's no different than they tell men. Like everything that glitters is just not gold. LeVar Barker. I'm gonna go play this song. Let me get on Facebook. Hmm. If somebody could send it to me, they said that I think the US was doing something today with her autopsy, but I can't find it. I thought I saved it. Cree, you're absolutely right. I didn't think that far ahead. What I said, that one. He is another Holly. Didn't think the media was gonna get to this. He didn't. I, I think he. Boy, shit, Roz. I can't even get it out because I don't know how he didn't, but he didn't because they don't think that far. Like when they in that frame of mind, that state of mind, they do not think that damn far for some reason. They just don't. They don't. I hope he can pay his way out of this for real because something has got to stop it, right? It shouldn't just be that, oh, I'm finna go out of town. I'm finna go out of the country. I'm finna have fun. And then you don't know if something happened, then they can't tell you shit about what happened to your loved one. Like something with that has got to change. It's got to change. You can't get no info. There's not thorough investigations. Yeah, no. Oh, yeah, I missed you yesterday, Cree. Oh, my condolences to you and your cousin. Thank you so much. You may be on to something, Rise. What my girl said. Yeah, he ain't think it through. Crazy work. I ain't never going to Zanzibar. Girl, what you said? What did you say? Period. Never. I was listening to another lady and she demonstrated the different markings that will appear in a rope versus send it to me. We can watch it. It doesn't align with what he has said. But I said this yesterday, Raquel. I think you caught the replay. But the thing about it is baby, if it's a hand, you're gonna be able to see a hand, right? So, and another thing is, I want to know if he had marks like around his wrist. Did they look at him? You know what I'm saying? Do they check for all of this? Did he have scratches? Any of that? I would like to know. And I'm sure the family want to know. I think they are because he is a white. Going to the beginning of the live. Hey, Lametrius. Thank you so much, Raquel. It's a video on TikTok where an officer is speaking. I thought I sent it to you. You didn't. No, ma'am. You probably did, though. If it's on TikTok, you know better. Y'all know. If you send me something on TikTok or Instagram, it takes me forever, y'all. Let me see if it's in here. Oh, I think you did. No, you didn't. Okay. But this you did send me this one though. I'm gonna play this one.
This was confirmed as a death by suicide.
Sorry, y'all.
I mean, of course, this was confirmed as a death by suicide. Understand that in Tanzania, the top cop in Tanzania, the top officer, only makes $800 a month in U.S. $1 is equivalent to 3,000 Tanzania shillings. This man that she was with has a net worth of $45 million.
I said 42.
For 10,000 US dollars, he has literally changed the trajectory and lives of literally everybody in that police department. That's how this works. So yeah,
Crazy.
He went over there and he talked to the people with a briefcase of money. And they said, oh, it is nothing to see here. It is a death by a suicide. It's a wrap. Nothing's going to happen. And I just want to say to you young ladies, I know, y'all chasing this money. You want the man with the money. You want the luxury vacation. When they take your ass over there across the waters, remember this, money talks. Once you get across international waters, especially into those foreign countries where people don't have resources, they don't give a damn about you. Okay? They're going to accept whatever that man wanted them to say. Matter of fact, he got all the control. With all the money he got, he could have told the people to say, hey, she attacked me, whatever. He could do anything across the water and even here, but not so much as we still got other people watching, yada, yada. But across that water where resources are limited, baby, please. The people that made everybody over there turn their head. All you gotta do is pass out money. It's sad, but that's what it is. So, ladies, y'all be careful, man. Just be more careful. And just maybe deal with somebody just because you like them. It's not to say that this should have happened to this young lady. This is very, very unfortunate. I don't wish this on anybody, but yeah, he went over there. He knew what he was doing, and he knew he would get away with it. So that's what it is. It's up to the Lord now to seek vengeance on this man. So call me. I mean, of course, this
Absolutely. I agree.
understand it. And
I agree. I agree with your comment too, Dreamy. Dreamy says she posted him, but he never really posted her. And that is very true. I noticed that. all the posts that I seen with him and her and them eyes of his, they were on her page. It's like he never really showed them. All he was interested in was that stock market. That's like the real love of his life. This man just said something though. He said, date somebody that you really like. Ooh. Ooh, not for the money, not for the fame, not for the designer. Date somebody that you really like. But also going back to Dreamy's comment, I do feel like she liked him more than she was interested in him more than he was interested in her. I think everything he did was a flex. And I will say this about her. For them to rule it as a suicide, I can't bring needed these for a special trip. I'm gonna see if I can bring it up so y'all can see it, but I should sit at this computer more so that I could save the stuff here. Um, but it's in my phone. Let me see if I can send it to my computer. So she has a video where it's probably right here. Let me see. Yep, it's right here. Let me see. Did you hear that somewhere? No more, because I was thinking the same thing, and that was the is it true that she's pregnant? I'm not sure. How high is this damn door she was hanging from? Great question. I don't know. They don't know nothing. They haven't really said anything. Her DNA will be under his nails. Um, Under her nails, his DNA would be. If you know what I'm saying, because if somebody is strangling you, you're gonna try to pull their wrist, their arm, their something. Bruises may be on his legs. You may try to kick. We really as women have to do background checks. Really get to know someone because he should want answers for someone he loved if he really loved her like she may loved him. That's a fact. Hey, Sabby baby. Hey, Brittany. I believe this 100% because this is how it is in Mexico. Police are very corrupt. And girl, I'm scared to go to Mexico. I was just telling somebody that. What this man, I totally agree with him. Yes. Yeah. He is allowing us to tell what happened when he was there and he could clear so much up, but he's going silent and it says a lot. It does. Not a text message, not a I'm so sorry this happened. Um Nothing to the family is weird. It is very much weird. But she was excited. She got her hair done, her lashes, makeup. She was ready for this trip, right? And she even called it a very special trip. That's the hat she had on. Her caption said, "Needed these for a special trip. Which one should I bring?" This is the hat she had on. So she was doing what we do. When we're excited, when we ready to go, we buying our shit, we packing our shit, we getting it ready, we want to look good. That's what she was doing. I can't see her being so happy and excited to go celebrate her birthday, um, making posts saying, exactly where I need to be, and all of this just to unalive herself. He's trying to get a story together. Did you find the page? No, I didn't find her page. I have uh let me see something for you, name. Nay, I'll be honest, real honest. I didn't even go look, girl. I didn't even go look because I feel like if they had a um a jacked up past relationship, she should come out and talk about it. Um, bring some character to this man that maybe the world don't know. Let us know. This story is covered by worldwide news. Now, yes, it is, Miss Karen. It was said. No more drama. I need to know where you reading that, baby. Where you reading that so I could go there? But again, this is the wife, and it says, I saw this picture somewhere, and allegedly this is the guy ex-wife. They recently completed their divorce. Someone even said that this ended on physical abuse. And he's been married twice. It says he was using one to heal from an ex. Something was off. Hopefully they find the truth in this whole thing. So yeah. Hey, Special K. They've taken his passport and got him in custody now as of yesterday. But he's really not in custody. Yes, the passport has been taken, but he's being questioned. He's being talked to as a witness and not a suspect. As a witness and not a suspect. That's what's crazy about it. Because why would you snatch a witness's passport? Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. I found the ex-wife page. Why you ain't send it to me, girl? What was funny to me, I don't think she really wanted to get married because why didn't he put the ring on her finger? Why you making me go look? She got it on. I see it on. But I still agree with you on the top part. I think it could have all been done for the camera. She might have not said the right thing afterwards. She may wasn't ready. She maybe was just enjoying how it was, what she was getting. Now we got the exclusive news. um, but she maybe had just been enjoying life, young, fun, enjoying what I'm getting out of it, and she could have not been totally ready. How could he be a witness if he wasn't in the room when it happened? Come on, Tyrese. Come on, Tyrese. I think I asked a very important question. Like, how did he even get there? How did he even get there to find her? 10 minutes apart. How did he get there to find her? How did he get over there? In that video with him down on his knee, Ross, he put a ring on. Yeah, I'm looking at the video, the still pic right now of an after photo, and she has the ring on. He has patterns with each woman that he has a relationship with. That provoke didn't it look AI? Didn't it look AI? Damn, why are you doing that to me? Yep, it did. Even let me show y'all something. Damn. I'm gonna show y'all something. It did, Dreamy. And then let me show you the difference in these photos right here. I hate with Instagram, you can't bring it closer. But look at the blur and everything on this photo right here. And then look at how clear this one is. But this one just look at this one. Clear. She was so dang on pretty. Beautiful. But this one is very fuzzy, very AI-ish. hmm The butler told he was there and saw him in the room. She was kicking and struggling to get loose. Special K, can you send that to me? Can you send it to me? Oh, here it goes. This is what I was looking for. Because I was like, I saved this and I knew I did. I would like to see that. Special K. Okay. So this is today, y'all. This is what I was trying to tell y'all, but I couldn't remember what it was. So it says, update, the U.S. Embassy sends coroner to assist with autopsy as Ashlee Jenae's fiance is questioned in Tanzania investigation. So basically, yeah. So hopefully we get some good answers. If the argument was so intense, they should have called. There's the video, by the way, Dreamy, that looks very AI-ish. Ugh. If the argument was so intense, they should have called the police, shouldn't they have? Mm-hmm. I'm looking for you, Roz. Yep, he did. He put it on right there. It was in his hand for a long time. Woo! It was in his hand for a long time. The butler is the witness, and he is a suspect now. I haven't seen that yet. I haven't seen that, and I've been clicking TMZ like a mug because they definitely gonna. I haven't seen that. But yeah, this is what I did see this morning. I was like, thank God. Thank God. They should have took the key to her room when they moved him ASAP. Well, why would they give him, y'all? So did y'all hear that they gave him a key to her room? Because I wouldn't understand, then it would be blood on their hands all the way around, because if they separated somebody for having a heated exchange, a heated altercation, there's no way in hell you gave one or the other a key to the other one's room. Hmm. You said they just need to throw that damn AI away. I know that. I sure can, and I got translated on another channel. Okay, thank you. Big facts. He kneeled. She kind of squatted. She stood. He stood. He put the ring on, then the kiss. Yes. Hmm. Yeah, he held that ring in his hand for a long time. It's still in his hand right now. The video do look like it jumped when he put the ring on. They probably forgot to take the key from him. Hey, Beverly. I want to look this up real quick, y'all. U.S. Embassy sends coroner. Dang. Let me share this. And this is actually from the Tanzanian Times, their paper, their news. Um, It says the police in Zanzibar insist that the African fashionist and social media influencer Ashlee Robinson committed by herself from the hotel room wardrobe. But her boyfriend, Joe McCann, is currently being held by this was the first day, y'all. Let me go to this so we can see. Hold on. Let me see when this was. No, this was yesterday when they wrote this. Her boyfriend, Joe McCann, is currently being held by the police in Zanzibar to assist with the investigations. So he's not a suspect. His passport has also been seized. Joe is a cryptocurrency dealer back in the U.S. Ashlee, a holder of the U.S. passport number, they put her passport, is reported to have tried to take her own life shortly after the Zuri Zanzibar Hotel and hotel management separated the lady from her boyfriend following a major fight between the two. Ashlee booked into the Zuri Zanzibar Hotel on the 4th of April, accompanied by her boyfriend. It says he's 48. 48, y'all. 48-year-old Joseph Isaac McCann. Let me screenshot this name, this whole name. The director of criminal investigations in the Isles, DC, whatever, said that the U.S. couple were intending to stay at the beach hotel for 7 days and depart on the 10th of April. Except the tragedy struck on the night of Wednesday, the 8th of April, when reports claim that Ashlee used a nightgown belt. There it is. So there's some of it, y'all. Some of the answer to some of the questions y'all asked. What did she use? What kind of cloth? It says she used pretty much. I guess they're saying that the the thing you tie your gown with. Where I was, because that just took me. She used a nightgown belt to herself from the top of the wardrobe. Previously, the two shared a single hut number 25 at the Zuri Hotel. When they picked up a fight, their neighbor in the next room, number 24, complained to the management about the chaos in the room. So that's how they even found out. They said the neighbor complained. The Zuri Hotel management decided to separate the two, taking Joe McCann to another hut, which there it goes. So for the people that was saying he still had the key, he probably had the key, he still had the key, they dropped the ball. Okay? So they took him to another room. She stayed in that room. So which would mean, yes, he did still have a key to that room, most likely. Wow. Maybe she thought it was the butler at the door and she talked to him and he wanted to apologize so she could let him come over. Where's the press conference? Social K. Yeah. So boom. So basically they moved him. Y'all, I mean, this just is a lot for me, y'all. They moved him to another hut, which was further away from the ladies' abode. Later, a hotel attendant went round for inspections and found Ashlee looking for a phone charger, and the hotel worker secured one for her. She then told the attendant to return after 15 minutes. When the hotel worker eventually went back to Ashlee's room, the doors were locked and the lights were off. Okay. She could have been sleeping. Using spare keys, the attendant opened the door at the moment. Ashlee dropped from where she was being suspended. I'm confused. I'm going to take a break from reading and I'm going to read some comments. The belt would have ripped. Hmm. Okay. Thank you so much, that one. Thank you so much. It's too thin. It's too thin. Mm, I know I ain't crazy. Too thin. And they get very loose. Come on. Thank you again, that one. Love you, my girl. That was the initial room booked if they removed his ass. They did. That was the room. They removed him from the room that they were initially in. Oh my God. It just sounds like a setup to me. I don't care. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. They moved him instead of her to another room. Okay. Of course, he most likely still had the key to their original room. She supposedly was allegedly looking for a charger. She allegedly told the attendant to return after 15 minutes. When the attendant went back, she seen her doors was locked and her lights was off. Why wouldn't her doors lock and why couldn't her lights be off? Why couldn't she be asleep? Why did she use a spare key to open the door? If my lights is off, you just I I don't understand. I just think it was a setup. I think they moved him to really help it out and look like they removed the two or whatever, but they still dropped the ball. And that's what we was just talking about. People do not think far enough. People do not think far enough. He did he pay the hotel attendant, y'all? Did he pay the hotel attendant? It was a key code door. If they don't recode it, he can get back in the room. Come on. Okay. Thank you so much. One more super chat, y'all, for me to reach my goal. I appreciate it. Thank you, that one. Um, wait, what? What? Y'all hear me over here? Y'all, look at all y'all what? No, it was yesterday evening on Queen Sheba Darling played it in one of her mods in Somalia, so she translated it for us. She wanted a hotel to come back. They returned to find lights and door locked. Sounds like a setup to me, Korean chat. Don't it, Brittany? I believe it was a setup. So could he have already took care of her and then asked them to come back and find her? Well, he could have. And they're just making it look like they said, yo, where's the footage? Fuck all this. They need to tell us something. They need to tell something because ain't no way in hell she tells you to return back after 15 minutes. When the worker eventually went back to Ashlee's room, the doors were locked and the lights were off. Okay, 1 second. Okay, hold on. I'm dropping it. I dropped it. Ashley was okay. The attendant rushed to seek help, and when the American lady was untied from the nook, she was still breathing, though unconscious. Ashley was rushed to the hospital where she reportedly died 2 days after. The U.S. Embassy has already dispatched a coroner to the Isles to assist in the autopsy of Ashlee Robinson. Meanwhile, the parents of the popular online content creator, I'm waiting for you to come up. Thank you so much. Thank y'all for helping me meet my goal. I appreciate it. This is crazy. Meanwhile, the parents of the popular online content creator, you're up here. What's up, baby?
Hey, I was calling because I'm driving. Well, I
Okay.
ain't calling rather, but in the press conference, she let us look at the initial press conference. She has it on her channel. She said she don't mind you using it if you needed it, but because she wanted to get awareness out here. But one of the mods is Somalia or whatever. She's over there, and she's not too far from there. She's from there. She translated the press conference to us so we could understand what they were saying. But it goes in depth of what happened. What happened was the butler returned after she told him to return, and the door, he said the door was blocked and he couldn't
Mhm.
get in. He kept hitting the door, trying to push the door after using the key. He couldn't get in. So when he did get it open, he saw her struggling and he saw Joe in the room. He took off running and he
Girl,
panicked.
I'm going to
That's
her
who
live.
really that's who really found her in distress, was the butler. The butler finally came forward yesterday and told the authorities. And that's why they ended up getting Joe.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Um, is she on YouTube, Queen Sheba
Yes,
Darling? Okay,
yes.
I'm gonna play it.
Mhm. I sent it
Uh,
to you in the chat, in the not the chat, but the messenger.
Okay, let me go over there. I got it.
It's that live. It's that whole live is about it, and it's she has the press conference up there where they're speaking and giving details.
This is crazy. What do you think about it?
I think he unalived her because I don't think Joe was as rich as he said he was. At Because why wouldn't you? I asked myself this: why it being a millionaire? He's close to like a billionaire. Why wouldn't you pay $50,000 to get your fiance's body returned to her family? That would take out a lot of questions, wouldn't
It would. That's what I
it?
said.
Because
Why
it's
in the
not.
hell
Why
did he
would you
just?
let her lay there like
Why
that?
wouldn't it said so? No more drama. Said there's no cameras. That's hard for me to believe. But that man
Yes,
just said that man on that video said there's no CCT.
it's no cameras. And then they show Queen Sheba shows you the room, how where she was hanging, all that stuff, on a video that she got from her. What Ashley actually did her own clip of showing the room and stuff. Well, the room is everybody thought it was a high-end room for a millionaire, which is a nice room, but it's $500 a night. And it wasn't as what they said. It was, the resort was very secluded, is very off from there, and basically they saying that they are familiar with Joe. So this is not Joe's first rodeo show, I don't think.
Well,
I I
I
think
heard
Joe
somebody.
was into something.
I
Hmm?
heard that somebody said that he was a native or something from there.
Hmm. And
Hmm
he's crypto. He's supposed to have money in crypto. Um, but if you look back, all the places that he taken her and stuff, it's like they use. It's kind of like a little Epstein ring where they request like black women, those millionaires and stuff. They request African American women, young, because they want the babies. They don't want anything else, and they kind of like pimp them in a way.
hmm
So I think because before in 20, she was with another supposedly rich guy, and she's supposed to be like this jet setter. She would go over there. You could see the difference when the money started coming in. Her appearance changed.
Oh,
A lot of
I absolutely did see. I was just telling somebody that this morning on the phone. Like I seen her before all of the glitz and glam. I did.
Yeah, you go. And they think she got into that world. He got her into that, the first person, and that's how Joe got her. End up getting with her. I think he lured her over there in the name of marriage, and he really wasn't gonna marry her. And she realized what was going on, and I think she kind of was hesitant about it and got kind of ticked about because they said that he fought her. They was fighting from the time they got there.
Shit, I was wondering if they were fighting even before they got there because that happens. Couples fight even before they, disagree before they even go. They still gonna go because it's booked. That don't mean,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I was thinking
Hmm.
that.
I
Mm-hmm.
think she got over there and realized Joe wasn't what he cracked up to be, and they had a disagreement. But like I said, on Queen Sheba, she went in depth with it, and she showed footage of the Somalian uh, authorities how they were breaking it down. And the thing about it is
I saw
Somalia
that.
girl. He's the one who he'll tell you to stop, and she'll translate it for you what they're exactly saying.
Yeah, because I seen the interview, but I skipped it because I'm like, I don't know what the hell they saying, so I had skipped it. But it is what it is said. Why didn't the attendant use the phone in her room to call the front desk or 911? I
He
guess he
panicked.
panicked. Um,
That's what the authorities said. He panicked and ran.
right. I mean, how was he gonna call if what they're saying Joe was in the room?
He was
That's
in. He saw
nasty
Joe.
word. I am gonna go to
Hmm.
her page. I'm gonna go to her page. You changed me. Calling because I'm dry. Oh, that's you. Needs she needed a charger. Apparently, she was trying to contact somebody.
She called her mother. She
But
called her
she
mother. She
but
told her mother that they had separated them, and she told her mother that they was, had some words and what have you. And her mother said after that, she told her, she said, "Well, I'm going to look for me a charger or something." And he didn't hear from her anymore.
okay, so you didn't hear so okay. So we gonna watch it. We gonna watch it.
Okay, well,
Um
I drop down so you can pull it up.
okay, all right. Thank you so much for coming up and thank you for sending me that.
But you're welcome, baby.
Okay. Now she was able to get down. But I didn't hear about Joe being in the room when she translated it. Okay, we gonna watch it, but it is what it is. It says he was worth 45 million. Krisha, I just seen a recent video and they're saying the boyfriend is in custody. Um, let me just do something real quick. But let me finish this for y'all because this was kind of interesting. I'm sorry. Let me see. Before we even go over there, Um, meanwhile, the parents of the popular online content creator from the US who died in Zanzibar m- mysterious circumstances plan to travel to Tanzania to start their own investigation on the tragic incident. So, of course, we already heard that the parents were trying to go there. The CBS News interviewed Yolanda Andres, the mother of the deceased lady, influencer, regarding what they plan next. Yolanda said they will soon fly to Zanzibar Islands in East Africa. Ashley was at her happiest moments. Then all of a sudden she was gone. We are not buying the suicide tale. Together with Harry Robinson, Ashley's father, Miss Andres wants to take matters on own hands in investigating what exactly could have happened to their daughter. The vacation was supposed to be Ashley's trip of a lifetime, celebrating her 31st birthday, topped with a surprise engagement from her lover, Joe McCann, the director of crypto firm McCann Asymmetric, who until now is not issuing any statement. All right, let's see. Let me go find. I'm not about to stay anywhere without no cameras. Me either, girl. Me either. Let me see. That's a different narrative to hear this dude can be a fraud altogether. He is under some type of investigation for scamming, and even Iggy Azalea called him a scammer. Mm. Now hold on though. I seen something. Um, Cancer 66. She said that she just seen a recent video of him being held. Well, I know the passport is being withheld. I haven't seen anything where he is being held as a suspect, y'all. Questioning for as a witness, yes, but suspect, I haven't seen that. And I am almost positive, give me a second, that if that was so, let me refresh it. This is the latest. This is the latest I'm gonna share with y'all because y'all know they gonna tell us what's up. The police are advancing their investigation into the death of Ashlee Jenae. the content creator who died on a trip in Zanzibar earlier this month. Authorities have seized her fiance Joe McCann's passport and are questioning him. That's it. That's all. So it's like they keep telling us the same thing, but if somebody said it right here, y'all dragging the story. Inform us when y'all get new news. Thanks. We already know that they have seized the passport. We already know that they are questioning him, but they keep saying as a witness. They have not claimed him to be a suspect yet. That's what I want to hear. That's what I want to hear. He had a key and he unalived her and made it look like she committed suicide. Sorry. I didn't and you blocked it out and I still said it. It's possible he knew they would probably not look into it and do further investigation. He did know. He did know. Right? You changed me. I'm not going anywhere out of the country with anyone. Go with someone that you really trust. Hey, moi. Peace Creed. The family should trace her investments and her accounts. I agree with that. I agree. That man has money. The butler has none like his. I would have ran as well. It has a lot to do with money. Hmm. Shoot. Yep. There is a GoFundMe. I actually need to send a picture with me. I'll share it with you guys. But let me go to this live that special case sent. And her name is Queen Sheba Darling. And I'm going to try to fast forward it to that part, y'all. And this is a premiere. Okay. It's this one. It looks like it's this one. Yeah, I think it's this one. Second. Yeah, it's this one. So y'all gotta remember, I'm gonna play it, but we have to stop and talk in between, okay? I don't even know how I got to this man. Okay. Me too, Brittany.
I think you did it because you had to. I think you effed around and you found out. I think you underestimated the power of women's right and the power that we have as a people when we come together. We hone in on the psychological and the behavioral traits of the Black experience. And I don't think you expected to get that kind of work that you've gotten from us in the past 48 hours. We are not letting this thing go. We are like a freaking pit bull on a bone. And
Okay.
we're ready to shake and rattle and roll until she gets her body here safe and sound into the hands of the parents. And I got a funny
Okay,
feeling,
gotcha.
y'all, and a sneaky suspicion that those mofos have been listening to us today, because just like an hour or two after we got offline, they're saying that they're
Thank you
now
for
going to
coming in,
share
Britt.
medical information with the family. They got the proper paperwork in order. The hospital will now be giving, or the medical professionals who did not initially communicate with the next of kin, now they're going to loop them in into the
So that is true. Tyrese with the T. He made the initial post, but it was about like crypto. But I haven't seen any other posts, but he has changed his avatars on his social media. He took away the one where he had on like the ski mask or whatever it was wrapped around his mouth and nose, and you could just see his eyes.
communication. They're going to be working directly with them. They're pushing Joe out of the inner circle and they're bringing in the family. That's the first thing. The second thing I want to say is you should have been doing that in the first place. That should have been happening in the first place. As soon as you realize that she was a single woman, because she's single until she's married, alone with a white gentleman who you question, or you find it very plausible that his details are not adding up regarding how he found her in the state that he found her. So, Africa, you are not off the hook. I still have a lot of questions. A lot of it still does not make sense to me. But the police commander did go live. They have him in custody. That's the first thing. They have seized his passport. That's the second thing. The death, they have not announced an official cause of death. Her body is still being examined by medical professionals. Are y'all with me? That's what we are.
And in reality, although they have released and said that it was the S word, although they did that, now they have the US embassy has sent a coroner for another autopsy to be done. So it's still not they should have never announced it like that in the first place.
So far, that's the first thing. The second thing is the US embassy is now involved. Initially, the parents could not get any information from Joe from the resort.
Hey,
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete
or the US embassy. Let me give y'all a round of applause. Let me give y'all a round of applause that are tuned in today. Hold on. I have to. It will be, let me find my round of applause.
Welcome back, Terry.
Y'all did that. Let me tell you how you make people step up. By tuning in, sharing, commenting. And if you don't comment on any other video, I never ask you to do anything. Comment on this, follow this story so that we can make sure that they do the right thing by her. Okay.
And I just said that some has got to change. Like, something's got to change. We should not feel like anything can happen to us when we go to another country as tourists to have fun, you know what I'm saying? Like, we shouldn't have to feel like that.
That's the only way. When we come together and we put our foot down and we decree and declare, not so fast. It's not making sense. Africa, I still don't trust you because I believe you would have allowed him to get on that flight and come back safe and sound to the United States of America if the people had not made noise.
I agree. And we know that happens. Unfortunately, it happens here sometimes. If no noise is made, they'll let that shit slide. It'll get swept under the rug.
You're not doing this because you're thorough. I believe you're doing it to cover your ass. That's it. That's all. That's what I believe. I'm going to have to go back to my common sense. See, I can't allow a narrative. I cannot allow an entity or government to tell me how to think. I have to go with what makes the most sense. What should have been done from what should have been done at step 1, what should have been done step 2, step 3, step 4. Y'all didn't do it. You're backtracking. And to me, when you start backtracking, that tells me you're trying to clean up your mess.
Ooh.
So let me go ahead. Let me drop the link.
They're trying to clean it up. And that's why he's not talking, because he's trying to figure out a way, the words to try to clean it up. That's why he's not talking to the parents.
Do not come up. This is for Somali Queen who's in Africa. She's going to translate for us in Swahili exactly what the police commander has said in the interview that he's released. I'm sorry, the press conference that he held in real time. Give me 1 second.
And y'all, just so y'all know, this is while she's not talking, this is Queen Sheba Darling. Y'all can follow her. It's Queen Sheba Darling.
Okay, so that link is for Somali Queen. I'm going to ask that if you're tuned in, please do not come up yet.
Yep, no more drama.
Somali Queen come up. But the viewers that are tuned in, do not click that link. We are waiting for our African native to come up so that she can translate in Swahili in real time the breaking news and everything that's going on. So we're going to give her a little bit of time. Somali Queen, we are ready whenever you are. I have a lot to say. I still feel like there's some holes in this story.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But we're going to see. We are going to see. Let me see something. Is Somali Queen here? If not, I'll try to do it without her and read the captions. Somali Queen, we are ready whenever you are. And if not, I'm going to proceed so that I don't keep everybody waiting. All right, she's not here. Okay, let me go ahead. Well, Somali, you got to come on. Come on. I'm dropping a link. Let's go. Let's go.
Well, while we waiting on Somali, let me read these.
Don't tell me that's the wrong link.
Made that noise, didn't you, girl?
Y'all know I'm
Right,
impatient.
taking them revenue, and that's how they do us. Yeah.
Hold on.
And it needs to stop, and hopefully it stops
All right,
here.
we're waiting on Somali Queen. And then in the meantime, I am going to play something else while we wait for Somali Queen. All the way from Africa. We appreciate her pulling up to translate on the behalf of those of us that are tuned in from the United States and other countries. All right. Welcome, Somali Queen. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hello, Queen. Hi. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, we can hear you. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hi. Good evening, everyone.
All right. Good evening, Somali Queen. So, Somali, I'm going to start with the first video. I'm just going to summarize it really quickly. That's the 1-minute video. And then I want you to add your intake. And then we're going to go into the official press conference that the police commander did. And I'll stop it every 10 to 15 seconds for you to translate. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. And stay close to your microphone. Give me 1 second.
Here we go, y'all. Yeah, my heart rate too. You changed me. Raquel said he's not talking because he feel covered. Yeah, right now he does. But I think that's all going to change since the U.S. is actually getting involved. I think that is all going to change. A millionaire with a black scarf covering his mouth. Is that a code for speak no evil? Could it be a ritual or a sacrifice? His pick didn't look anything like a man with money. Good morning, Makila. She looks just like, y'all want to be real, y'all. She reminds me of Rose. She's in Houston. Somebody needed a part over there that is sick, so the sacrifice is real. Ooh, y'all scaring me. Good morning, Miss T. Is it just me? Yeah. Let's see. Let's see what's going on. You changed me.
we're about to share the screen. So let me know, excuse me, when you can see the video. This is the first video. Hold on.
ChatGPT, can I make money on Airbnb with $0?
Yes, you can make money on
All right. Looks like I have to take the overlay off. Thank you, everybody, for your patience. And here we go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
Nikisema hivi huyu mume wa marehemu au mchumba wa marehemu Bwana Joseph tuko naye kwa mahojiano zaidi. Hivi ninavyozungumza, timu ya wapelelezi inaendelea kufanya mahojiano naye kwa ajili ya kutaka kujua vile vile nini kimesibu pale. Lakini vile vile ninapozungumza kuhusiana na uchunguzi wa kifo cha marehemu, uchunguzi huu tunaufanya kwa kushirikiana na ndugu wa marehemu, kwa maana ya kwamba wametuma mwakilishi taasisi maalum inayoshughulika na uchunguzi wa vifo kwa maana ya corona, ambayo imepata authority au
All right, Somali, I'm going to let you just give us a summarization of what he said. This is the shorter video, and then I'll give a little bit of what I think, and then we'll continue.
So in the video, I have put subtitles, and he says that they have arrested him, they have him, and they're investigating. They're also questioning him on what had occurred. And for further, they're also, what is it called? They're also in talks with the family, Ashlee Jenae's family. And they've also consulted other investigative services, people from outside. I guess that's the embassy and other people, so that they can help with the investigation.
Okay, that's what I got from it too. And thank you for putting those titles in there for us. So basically, what Somali is saying is what I gather from the titles, that the captions that she was able to insert. And I agree with you, BB. BB says the world pressure forced the Tanzanian government to investigate. I have to agree with you. I think this thing was going to fly below the radar.
Yep.
He was going to be allowed to come home safely, and they were going to try to wrap this up as quickly as possible.
So, I mean, she said that he's arrested. So why in the world are they not putting that out over here? Why are they still saying that he's being questioned as a witness, is my question. Let's see.
Because of the pressure from the world, because of the backlash, because of the outrage, because of the sophistication of the intellect that we possess as individuals here all over the world, not just the United States. You can't just tell us anything and not answer questions that we have. So he's saying they have him in custody. They are doing interviews to get to the bottom of exactly what happened. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what he's saying. Write that down very carefully. Africa, this is why I say I can't let you off the hook. You are talking with him to get to the bottom of what happened. Let's continue.
Habari kutoka ubalozi wa Marekani nchini Tanzania, Dar es Salaam, na hiyo barua tumeiona na nakala ya barua hiyo imepelekwa mpaka hospitali ya serikali Lumumba kutoa mamlaka. Nikisema hivi,
so can you break down what he's saying about the letter that they received to send to the hospital?
That is to investigate, to do a probe on the body and do further investigation on what happened, because initially they had said it was a suicide.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
So, again, very confusing. Initially, they said that it was that. But why didn't they do a full probe before they even rushed to come out and tell the world and the family that that's what it was? It it shouldn't work like that. I guess it works like that in their country. But there's no way in hell like a full body probe, a full autopsy, whatever they want to call it, was not done before they came out here and gave that update.
What happened was, if we go to the video when he started talking, the one that we should have started with, he explained the scenario from the beginning to the end to where they are now.
Okay.
Because initially when they found the body,
Oh, thank you.
You want me to play it first before you break it down?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, let's do that. And then I'll pause it every 15 to 30 seconds. I'm going to say every 15 seconds for you to get in there.
1 minute is fine.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm saying 1 minute.
So this is what I'm scared of right here, because she said they break it down. They ruled out with one-sided info. Yeah, they did.
1 minute is fine.
Okay, 1 minute.
It sounds longer in Swahili, but in English is very short.
Okay, got it.
Siku moja baada ya kuripotiwa kifo chenye utata cha mwanamitindo wa nchini Marekani ambaye anadaiwa kufariki dunia akiwa katika moja ya hoteli iliyoko hapa visiwani Zanzibar. Leo hii jeshi la polisi Zanzibar kupitia kwa naibu mkurugenzi wa makosa ya jinai hapa Zanzibar anatolea ufafanuzi wa kina.
I'll just pause it there and I'll let you.
Yeah, no, he's introducing this guy. He's saying the commissioner is doing a press conference. So he's telling people the history of Ashlee and what had happened in Zanzibar. So he's just introducing this video for the guy to come on.
Okay, and let me ask you
when he comes on. Yes.
Before we get it deep into it, the fact that they're bringing in outside organizations to help with the investigation, would you say that this is probably something that's above what they've experienced before in Tanzania?
Yes. Okay. So now here's a point of clarification. Africa is a continent. Tanzania is a country.
Okay.
For those people who are asking in the chat, Zanzibar is part of Tanzania. They were divided during colonial era. So Zanzibar is a very small island. They don't have the manpower. They don't have the equipment. They don't have that type of, like, things like this don't happen that often. Even if they do, maybe we don't hear about them. So in terms of...
So listening to what she's saying, basically, and when I say he, Joe McCann already knew that they didn't have that much power to do certain things over here in Tanzania. Like this says, it is Tanzania. You keep saying Africa. You are including all 54 countries. No, it is Tanzania, and Tanzania does not have the power to do a lot of things. They don't have a lot of help. They don't have a lot of resources. They don't have a lot of people, and he knew that.
Tanzania is a very slow country, and plus English is not the strongest thing. Like here, if something like this had happened in my country right now, CCTV footage would have been there. Everything would have been sorted in the first 24, 48 hours. So that's the difference.
See?
For the first time in modern history, college student graduates.
Okay, perfect. Is it improper to refer to it as Africa?
Yes, because you're generalizing. You're putting all of us in one box.
Gotcha. Okay, got it. Thank you for the
Get
clarification.
it right.
Thank you for calling it out in the chat. Let's continue.
Juu ya hatua mbalimbali ambazo zimefikiwa kufuatia uchunguzi juu ya tukio hilo la kifo cha mwanamtindo huyo.
Tarehe 8 mwezi wa 4 majira ya saa 2:55 za usiku huko hoteli ya Zuri iliyoko Nungwi, wilaya Kaskazini A, mkoa wa Kaskazini Unguja.
April 8th at 8:55 p.m. at the Hotel Zuri, a lady identified as Ashlee Robinson, age 31, American citizen, who came on vacation. Continue, Queen.
Mwanamke ajulikanaye kwa jina la Ashlee Jenae Robinson, miaka 31, raia wa Marekani, ambaye alifikia kwenye hoteli hiyo ya Zuri katika
Let me stop y'all so I can say something. They need to confiscate his phones and computers. They absolutely do. You would think that had already been done, but obviously not, because I told y'all he changed his avatars on social media. And absolutely, pressure does bust pipes. This is a live conference from yesterday. This was done on the 14th. This is very interesting, Cree. We need more.
Shughuli zake za utalii, akimiliki passport number
continue, Queen. He's just mentioning her name, where she's from.
97920035. Alijaribu kujiua kwa kujinyonga kwa kutumia mkanda wa nguo rangi ya kijivu, ambapo aliufunga mkanda.
Okay.
He said, a woman by the name Ashlee Robinson, age 31, American citizen who came on vacation, tried to unalive herself using a gray cloth belt. Continue.
Okay, so that's exactly what we read in the news report, that she tried to use the belt that goes around the robe. We just learned the color. It was gray.
Okay. Wow. Can you clarify what he said happened at 8:55 p.m. at the beginning of the video?
That is April 8th at 8:55 p.m. at Hotel Zuri. A lady identified by the name of Ashlee Robinson, American citizen who came on vacation, tried to unalive herself.
Okay.
On vacation, using a gray cloth belt.
And he's trying to say that's when they found her at 8:55 p.m.
8:55 is when they found her. Yes.
April 8th. Got it. Let's continue.
Mkanda huo katika kabati la nguo lililoko katika chumba namba 25 alichofikia.
So they came to the hotel. They came to the hotel on April 4th. That's when they checked in. And they checked into villa number 25.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And they were supposed to check out April 10th.
April 10th is when they were supposed to check out. So April 4th is when they checked in. Now continue, Queen.
04. Okay, I'm writing down the dates because we're gonna have to break this down. Let's go.
Mgeni huyo aliingia tarehe 4 mwezi wa 4 2026 akiwa na mchumba wake aitwaye Joseph Isaac Mathen mwenye umri wa miaka 48, Marekani, ambaye naye alikuwa anaishi naye pamoja hapo kwenye hoteli ya Zuri. Na kwa mujibu wa taarifa.
Okay, so before she translate, for date purposes, they checked in on the 4th. Believe her birthday was the 5th. They found her at 8:59, did he say, on the 8th, and they were supposed to check out on the 10th of April. Oh.
She came with her fiance, that guy named McCann or McCann, Joe McCann or something, age 48. They checked in together. They came to Zuri Hotel.
Okay.
Thank you, Raquel.
Walitarajiwa kuondoka tarehe 10 mwezi wa 4 mwaka 2026. Siku ya tarehe 8 mwezi wa 4 2026, majira ya saa 12 za jioni.
Pause. On 8th of April at 6:55 p.m. 8th of April at 6 p.m. there was conflict.
Okay.
At 6 p.m. At 8th of April, 6 p.m. there was conflict.
PM.
Okay. And the conflict was had by the neighbor who lived in Villa 24.
We read that.
Okay. So they checked into the hotel on April 4th.
I'll recap. Checked in for 4, for 8. She was found deceased around 8-something p.m. 4:10, they would have been checking out. We find out this is going to be PM, AMN Global. 4:08, 6 p.m., they had an altercation. Hold on, y'all. So then it wasn't 2 a.m. in the morning. Okay. Because at 4:04 check-in, 4:08 deceased at 8-something p.m., but the altercation was at 6 p.m., then it was very shortly after the altercation that she was found. A couple of hours.
Yes.
Supposed to be for 7 days. 4
Yes.
days after checking into the resort, they receive a call from Villa number 24 that there was a disturbance coming from Villa 25, which housed Ashlee and Joe.
And Joe. Yes.
Let's continue.
Kea na mgogoro wa kimapenzi baina ya watu hao wawili, kwa maana huyu Ashlee pamoja na mpenzi wake Joseph. Mgogoro huo baina ya watu hao wawili ulitambulika na jirani ambaye alikuwa anaishi chumba namba 24, na yeye akatoa taarifa kwa uongozi wa hoteli akieleza kwamba majirani zake wamekuwa wakizozana kwa siku hiyo ya tarehe 8, lakini akaeleza zaidi kwamba tangu wamefika hapo wamekuwa wakiwa na mizozo ya mara kwa mara na wakiwa wanagombezana hapo ndani ya hicho.
Okay. So, what he has said is, on that day, on the 8th of April at 6 p.m., when the neighbor had the noise and the fracas that was happening, the conflict, the person called management. When they called management came to the scene and inquired what had transpired. Apparently, the neighbor of Villa 24 said that these people, since the day they checked in, this couple, since the day they had checked in, they have been having conflict. There's been fights.
Wow. So you changed me. I thought I saw 2 a.m. up there in the comments. So that's why I said at 2 a.m. they must have been like texting or something, but neither here or there. That 2 a.m. live was to cover up what had already been done. Okay, Special K, I'm trying to work and listening. Okay, you see what I'm saying, Special K? Yeah, so listen. They had been arguing and fighting since the day they checked in. Wow. Let me see. Yeah, it is a big old wow because, baby, they should have been put out of the resort a long time ago. Well, what was happening is, y'all never been somewhere, somebody arguing, y'all just mind y'all business. That's what they was doing. They was minding their business. They was probably like, okay, couples fight all the time. And then it probably just got to be too much, or this one probably just escalated a little more. And they was like, oh, hell no. We need to call somebody. Yeah.
Go through.
Keep going.
So he said that there's been they have been fighting since they got at the resort, and then management said when they tried to establish what the conflict was all about. Now continue.
Thank you, Samantha Uncut, logged in from Twitter, reposting this stream. We appreciate your support. So do you guys get it? Are you following?
We are following. Again, you guys, I want you to go follow her while we follow along. This is Queen Sheba Darling. Man, you know, a lot of questions are being answered. This is pretty dope though. Wow. She got somebody to actually come on there and tell her what exactly is being said and translate it for her. This is a lot to take in. This is a lot to take in. You know, because then that means it was a whole show. It was a whole show. You know, and then I go back, my brain goes back to that video that I just showed y'all when she said for a special trip. Almost like she knew there was going to be an engagement. She knew that it was going to happen there. So all of this, because if they had been arguing, just think about it. If they had been arguing since the day that they got there, then that whole proposal happy thing, that was fake.
First of all, thank you again, Somali Queen. You are in Africa, correct?
Yes, I am.
And that's why I keep saying Africa. She's breaking it down and translating. So he said, the police commissioner said that the neighbor has said that Ashlee and Joe have been fighting since the entire time on the trip. Y'all, this begins to establish motive, a possible motive. This also shows you that this has been a gradual escalation. So they get there on the 4th. We can assume he proposed sometime between the 5th and the 6th.
This is a totally different timeline from what the videos we had seen. That is Savon Wildlife. It's in Kilimanjaro. It's not in Zanzibar. So they did the proposal in a different location. The videos we see on social media are from a totally different resort.
So
and then they moved from the mainland. They went to the island.
So they've been in Africa before April 4th, but they just got to this resort on April 4th. So he proposed to her before they arrived to Zanzibar. But before they got to Zanzibar, they were at a different part throughout the countryside, correct?
Okay, pause. So they have been already in Africa. They only checked into this resort on the 4th, right? So they had already been there. So those pictures that we are seeing, those engagement photos and all of those things, that happened before they even made it to this hotel. Before they even made it. So it seems like after that, you know, was they arguing before that? We don't know. I see your comments, hey. Eminem. It says, so did they get put out of the previous resort? That would be something to know. I think they should go back and check with the previous resort, the family, or whatever. But here's the thing. After the engagement, it could have went like, yeah, nah. And that's how the arguing started. That's what I've been saying. And yes, I did say the other day, all the videos and pictures look plain, Raquel. And to hear they were arguing from the time of the arrival is a big wow. This is crazy. And it does give motive. Y'all.
Correct.
Oh my God. Okay.
Let's continue.
Hicho chumba chao. Uongozi wa hoteli baada ya kupata taarifa hiyo ulikwenda kuwaona na kuwauliza kama kuna changamoto zozote wanazopitia au walizonazo, lakini baada ya kuona kweli hali inayojitokeza pale ni ya mizozo kati ya wawili hao, uongozi ukaamua ili kuweka hali ya utulivu na usalama kwenye ile hoteli na wageni wengine wasipate bugudha, kumuhamisha yule mume wake au bwana wake aitwaye Joseph na kumpeleka kwenye eneo lingine ambalo ni chumba namba 65.
Okay, pause. So when management came and inquired about the conflict and said, okay, so how do we solve this problem? They saw that the situation had escalated to a point whereby they decided to separate the couples. And in order to restore peace and tranquility so that the neighbors are not also affected, because other people are on vacation, it's a resort, people are paying. So they said, we are going to separate the couples, and they took the man, Joe, to Villa 65.
Okay.
Okay. So that is something else there. I just said it escalated, and I'm sure the neighbors can hear it. So it escalated to a point where they had to do something to resolve it. And that resolve for them at the time was to remove him from the room. Right? Miss T says she was probably trying to get good pictures for content. Miss T, you are probably absolutely right. But let me tell you something. If I had been arguing with you, the only content I would have wanted was getting back on the airplane and going home. Take me home. It's no way that I even want to make, I never understood why people could be in chaos and still, get me home. Get me home. She's a few years older than version of me. Justice for Ashlee. Absolutely. She is very accurate. It looks like her setup, it looks like he set her up to unalive herself. Y'all, I was gonna say something, and I don't want y'all to take this the wrong way, but we don't know them. We don't know Joe. We don't know Ashlee. Okay? We don't know if it was too much for her. I'm just open-minded. You know what I'm saying? We don't know. And as I'm listening, it's just like, damn, what was going on? Was she tired of arguing with him? You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Should we continue?
Yes.
Did he get to the time about how far Villa 65 is from Villa 25?
He's about to get to get there now.
Okay, here we go.
Na nitoe ufafanuzi, nikizungumza chumba nazungumzia villas, wanaita villa, yani ni nyumba zile ambazo zinakuwa ni self contained. Kwa hiyo ile ilikuwa namba 25, wakamhamisha yule bwana kumpeleka namba 65. Ni umbali wa kutembea kwa miguu kama dakika 8 mpaka 10 kutoka hapo ambapo alikuwa awali kwenye hiyo nyumba namba 25.
There, he said that the distance between the villas, the two where he was taken and where Ashlee was, is about 8 to 10 minutes walk.
See?
Wow. So wait a minute. So he separates the couple based on complaints from the neighbors who said that couple has been fighting and creating a disturbance since the day they got here. So people are now, whatever's going on in that room is so tumultuous that it's disturbing the rest of the guests.
Correct. So somebody can not you change me or my asking. Special K, can you drop Queen Sheba Darling's link in here so the chat can follow her? Again, this is Queen Sheba Darling, y'all. And we're gonna get the link drop. Y'all can follow her.
Correct?
Correct.
Okay. So they get this call about 6 p.m. local time.
Yes.
They go to the room, Villa number 25. Things are so bad, they decide we have to separate you.
Thank you, Special
They
K.
take Joe to Villa 65, which is approximately, thank you, the Real Quan TV.
8 to 10
Approximately
minutes.
8 to 10 minutes walk. That's a long walk.
Yes.
Let's continue.
So that was confirmed. That's true, y'all. They said it took about 10 minutes. There it is. 8 to 10 minutes walk.
Baada ya muda kupita kipindi kama masaa 2-3 kufika muda huo wa saa 2 na dakika 55.
Pause.
Ndipo mmoja kati.
He says, after that happened, there's been a span of about 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So we go from 6 to 8 p.m. 8:50. She was found dead. I mean, unconscious at 8:55. Correct?
Yes. So it was around 8 something.
Okay. So
2
2 hours
hours.
have
Between 2 hours. Yes, a span of 2 hours.
Okay. Should we continue?
Yes.
Okay.
Ya wahudumu wa vyumba ambaye mara kwa mara amekuwa akipita time za jioni kwa ajili ya kufanya huduma kama kupuliza dawa au kama kuna mtu ana changamoto yoyote anahitaji huduma ya kihoteli, basi anaweza akasaidiwa. Mhudumu huyo alikwenda pale mapema kwanza.
Pause, Queen.
Thank you, Special K.
Okay. So he has said that they have the service, there's people who are sent to serve room service, the room service guys. One of them was roaming around asking villas, do you need help? Do you need help? Do you need anything? And he said after 2 to 3 hours, Queen. So I want to be correct. After 2 to 3 hours, one of the service guys, the guys who work for the hotel, was going around asking for service. Can I help you? Do you need anything from the restaurant? Do you need a drink? Yada, yada, yada. That's after 2 to 3 hours. After he was moved, after Joe was moved to 65, 2 to 3 hours. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So I got a little confused right here. So yes, the room service, they were going around asking guests, hey, do you need anything? After 2 to 3 hours. But then that kind of the whole she was looking for a charger thing kind of wouldn't fit in there, right? Because from the time that they were separated, within 2 hours and some change, she was found unconscious.
Okay. So are y'all following? About approximately 2 hours after they separate the couple, they have somewhat of a butler, a premier server that goes around to each villa. Would you like a glass of wine? Can we refresh your snacks? So he gets to Ashlee's room.
Majira ya 1:30 akakutana na mhusika kwa maana huyo Ashlee na kutaka kumuuliza kama anahitaji huduma yoyote. Akamwambia kwamba nitahitaji huduma.
So on his way around the villas, he bumped into Ashlee. The waiter bumped into Ashlee.
Wait,
and
so
asked,
Ashlee was not in her room.
No.
Okay, go ahead.
Bumped into Ashlee and asked her, do you need anything? And she said, not right now, but I need a charger. My phone is about to die. I need a charger. Play.
Okay.
I can't play it. I can't play it. Are y'all understanding what I'm saying? Let's just play it. Cause how in 2 to 3 hours, if she was found unconscious in 2 hours and some was 2 to 3 hours, you're looking for a charger.
Lakini naomba uje baada ya dakika 10. Lakini kwa sasa hivi naomba uniazime chaja yako, maana naona simu yangu chaja yake kidogo ina changamoto. Yule mhudumu jina tunalihifadhi kwa sasa kwa sababu tunaendelea na uchunguzi. Alichofanya.
So she said, I don't need anything right now. I need a charger, but you can come back in 10 minutes. I'll tell you what I need in terms of service.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that changes because it said okay, well, I guess, but the way they tried to make it seem with the whole check on me thing was like she was saying check on me in another way. So basically, she said, I need a charger. I don't need anything else right now. You can come back around and see if I need something. Yada, yada, yada.
So the waiter, okay, you guys, the couple separated approximately 6 p.m. local time, give or take. They escort the fiance to a different villa, which is approximately an 8 to 10 minute walk. 2 hours later, give or take, there's a butler kind of checking on the guests. He bumps into Ashlee. Keep in mind, it's dark now. He bumps into Ashlee and says, hi, do you need anything? She says, I need a charger. My phone is about to die. And he says, okay. Did he give her the charger or is he coming back?
So he went for the charger and brought the charger. He went and brought the charger to Ashlee.
Mm-hmm.
So you see, sometimes a guest can tell you, I have mosquitoes, I need a spray, I need this, I need that. So that's why he was roaming around. So she said, I need a charger. He went and got her a charger and brought the charger to Ashlee. And she told him, come back after 10 minutes.
Okay. So the butler gives her the charger. He asked her, do you need anything else? Snacks, wine, drinks? She said, you know what? Come back in a few minutes. Let me think about it. Let me assess what I have here. Now, here's my thing. You guys write this down. Something still isn't right. Ashlee is in the primary villa. Joe was moved to a different villa. If Ashlee's in a primary villa, why would she need a charger? Should not her belongings already be in the primary villa? Write that down. Write that down.
Great catch. That was a good catch. Where was her charger? Did he take it with him? Did he take it with him? So that she'd have to ask him for it, or that so she couldn't contact anybody? Hey, Sharonda, welcome in, baby.
Let's continue. So he leaves.
Fanya yeye ni kumpa ile chaja na kuendelea kutoa huduma kwa wateja wa vyumba vingine. Akaingia chumba namba 24, akaingia 26.
So he gave her the charger. He moved away from her. He went to Villa 24. They had ordered for something. He went to another villa. So he continued with his routine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So he gives her the charger, like she said. Yes. Checks on the neighbor who initially complained. Go on about his business.
Yes.
Baadaye akaja kukumbuka kwamba ana ahadi ya kurudi tena kwenye chumba namba 25 ambacho
After a while, he remembered he was supposed to go get Ashlee's order. That's approximately 20 minutes.
Shit. Okay. What order? What order? When did she make this order and what order? Because here's the thing. She said she needed a charger. 2 to 3 hours later, he goes, he brings her a charger. He goes and does his regular routine. And then he's like, oh, I forgot. I'm supposed to take her order. What order? What order?
Okay, let's write that down. He gives her a charger. She says, you know what? Come back later. I think I may want something to eat. He does his duties. He forgets about her, remembers between 20 to 30 minutes later, goes back to check on Ashlee.
Aliporudi tena baada kama dakika 20, akagonga ule mlango, akakuta mlango haufunguki na hakuna mtu anayefungua, lakini taa zote ndani zikiwa zimezimwa.
Pause. So he came back after 20 minutes, and when he came back to Ashlee's villa, he found the lights were all turned off. It was dark inside, and the door was locked.
Okay.
From the inside.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So continue.
Well, wouldn't you only be able to lock the door from the inside?
Kwa kuwa yeye alikuwa ana ufunguo wa dharura pale anapotembea akakuta mlango haufunguki, basi alitumia ufunguo huo kufungua kuangalia ndani kuna nini. Alipofungua akakuta kuna giza, lakini alipofungua na kujaribu kufunga mlango ili aendelee kukagua zaidi ndani, akasikia kama kishindo upande wa kushoto ambapo kuna makabati ya nguo.
So he saw the house was like, remember, he just spoke to her 20 minutes and she said she doesn't need service, she needs a charger. He gave her the charger, he walked away, he went to do his thing, he came back 20 minutes later and found the villa is dark, which was weird to him. So he went and knocked on the villa door. The door was locked. Nobody was opening for him. He knocked and knocked and nobody was opening. So because he works for the hotel and he's the one who services the rooms, he had the master key.
All right, y'all. So here's the thing. I may have told you to come back and maybe I want something, check on me at this time, you know, like, but when you come back and my door is locked and my lights is off and you're knocking and I don't answer, how come you don't think that I'm asleep? What made you think that something was wrong to where you just opened my door?
He had the master key for the room. He opened the door. When he opened the door, it was dark inside. Wow. So he said he tried to push the door wide open so that he can walk into the villa properly and see what's happening inside. Because of the conflict earlier, he had his own reservations.
Oh!
So he said,
oh, wait a minute. Because of the conflict earlier, he had his own reservations. Hold on. What reservations?
He walked inside and tried to push the door, but could not push the door completely open.
What?
Because the body was holding your.
What? Now, if I would have laughed, they would have been mad at me. But anyway, let me say this. He had his own reservations. Now, if I can just rewind it back some, do you guys remember when they first said that they said that she was showing signs of what, mental distress or harming herself or whatever? So is that where that come from? Is that where that come from?
Yeah.
What? The body was on the front door.
When he tried to open the door completely, he said something's holding the door back. He could not open the door completely. That's what he said. Play.
I don't think it was on the front door though. Let's play it because they said the wardrobe door, but let's see. He didn't knock on the door. It just dark and he went inside. Yeah, that's even to me a little scary. But wow. Him just keying in is a no. That's what I thought. He probably thought she was in the shower and didn't hear him. I don't know. But even if you think I'm in the shower and I don't hear you, you do not just come into my room. And something does not seem right because, yeah, we're going to figure it out. They must have had a bad argument if he felt the need to open the door and check on her. If what he says is true. Yes. Well, yes, this is very true, Sharonda. Yeah. Yep. I saw on Tisa Tales where she's saying, yeah, Brandy, he's in a cell. Their interrogation is what we would consider being here in the U.S. being held in a cell. Hold on, it's coming exactly where she was. Okay, because I'm following, baby.
Na alipoangalia akamuona huyu mgeni wa kike aitwaye Ashlee akiwa ananing'inia kwenye kabati kwa ndani kwa kutumia kamba ya nguo.
Oh Lord, I'm scared.
I'm scared.
Imagine being
Woo, thank God for this
able to build
ad.
anything just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
Hey,
A
y'all.
complete
Y'all ready?
Anyways, he tried to open the door, push the door, and couldn't open completely. So he went through the door. And when he turned to look, he found Ashlee struggling, like struggling to
free herself,
basically.
Okay. So that means, so that's telling me something else, y'all. If she was struggling to free herself, she didn't put herself up there. So if all of that is said now, and that is what he said then, why did they come out and say the S word? Special case. What? This like watching a movie with somebody that's gonna chill. Hold on.
Y'all, this man either
he was
go ahead.
wrapped. Her neck was, you see the bathrobe? It's like the you know the bathrobe, we have a belt for it. The belt for the bathrobe, the gray one. That's what was on her neck. And she was put on I'm saying she was put because she didn't do it herself. I don't believe she did.
Oh
She
my
was
God.
put, she was put inside the, you've seen the closet is near the door, right? She was put that side of the closet.
Woo! She was put. I like this lady. She was put there. Okay? And that's why I said earlier, there should be some marks on that man. There should be something on him. And thank you, Tyrese, with the T for that, because I was trying not to say that.
She was struggling. I think she was trying to breathe and fighting, but who knows? It's dark. Okay, play.
Ya yale masweta ya kujihifadhia mle ndani ya chumba, ile kama ile ya kujifunga kiunoni, tumboni, lakini akafungwa juu kwenye henga zile pale kwenye hoteli. Nadhani mnaona kwenye makabati kunakuwa na chuma ambacho kinakuwa na henga. Kwa hiyo alifunga pale, akajifunga, akamkuta pale akiwa anatapatapa, akatoka mbio sasa huyu mhudumu kwenda kutoa taarifa, na ndio uongozi wa hoteli ukafika pale haraka na kumshusha haraka ili kumpa huduma ya kwanza na kumwaisha hospitali ya jirani ili kupata huduma kwa haraka.
Pause, Queen.
Every time she say pause, I want to pause.
Okay, you ready?
Yes. There's a special place in hell for people who lie.
Ooh.
Now, he says that when the man found him like that, he did not touch Ashlee or even try to help her. He ran away.
Oh my God. So he left her struggling.
He ran and called management.
Why? Call the police right there from the room. Get her the fuck down. And that's the biggest question I have. Why would these people, if you seen her struggling like she was trying to get down, why did you go and announce it as her unaliving herself?
To come and get her. And that's when management and the guys who came from the hotel are the ones who came and removed the thing from her and called the hospital and took her to the hospital.
Oh my God. She was alive. She was struggling. She was gasping for air. grabbing, trying to get the noose from around her neck.
Yeah.
And
When
he-
he saw that, he ran. Like I think he was really scared, and he ran.
Yeah, but he
probably was really scared, you guys. We don't know. We not in that situation. Scared to touch her, scared of everything. But damn, you know, you just think about what about a few seconds earlier.
so he left her there.
He
And
went to get. Yeah, he
Okay.
went inside and got management. Management came.
She didn't put that around her neck. People that want to take themselves
How?
out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let me give you the description. Okay. The verbatim what he said. He said she used the robe's belt to hang herself, and she used, you know where she put it? He's saying that she put it on the, you see where we hang our clothes?
Mm-hmm.
There's a rod. She put it on the road. How do you hang yourself from a road?
And tie the knot.
Wouldn't you go higher? That place, we've seen the video, we've seen the pictures. It does not make sense.
It doesn't. We looked at the room earlier. For those of you that are asking, we did a very in-depth survey of the rooms. We found the closet. It's just, there's no way. There is absolutely no way, because I'm going to guess that I don't know if he attempted to hang her on the door or what it was, because the waiter, the butler, is saying he could barely get the door open.
So, yeah.
Let's go.
Mara kupata huduma pale hospitali, mhusika alihamishwa hospitali ya Ampola iliyopo mjini Magharibi kwa ajili ya matibabu zaidi. Na wakati anaendelea kupata matibabu, ilipofika tarehe 9 mwezi wa 4 mwaka 2026 majira ya saa 9 mchana alifariki dunia akiwa bado anaendelea kupata matibabu.
Yo, Queen.
Uchunguzi wa
So he said they rushed her to they rushed her to the hospital, and they rushed her to the hospital, tried to get her medical attention, and while she was receiving treatment, she passed away. And we saw part of that medical thingy that they said that there was an identified mark around the neck. No any wounds seen, not pale.
ChatGPT, how do I make six figures online without starting a business?
You can make 6 figures online without starting a business through Air.
Okay, let me read some comments. If she was trying to free herself, that's not a person trying to unalive herself. I absolutely agree. And then Raquel, I agree with this one the most. They should be trained for events like this as well as CPR. They should be trained on how to handle these kind of events. If you could see a struggle, if you can, you've seen her still moving, try to release the restraint and get her down, and then call for help.
Don D said maybe he saw
bilateral chest extension.
I'm reading this comment. Don D says maybe he saw the guy and was.
Yeah. So you said he was probably scared of being blamed. Now that could be true, because somebody right here on this stream, in the, it came up and it said, what if he did it allegedly? And now they're saying he's seen dude and was scared of the white man. They all are. So let's continue to listen. This is why he ran. Think about why he ran. Y'all scaring the shit out of me. I ain't gonna lie. This is so sad. He panicked. Yeah, let's see.
Scared and ran. Who knows? I don't know. Keep going.
You talking about the Saba?
Yeah, you don't have to respond to that. That's just me facilitating a conversation, reading my comments. Do you want me to continue the video?
Yes.
Kwa tukio hili bado unaendelea, na hivi ninavyozungumza madaktari pamoja na wataalam wanaendelea kwenye hospitali ya Lumumba, hospitali ya serikali Lumumba, kufanya postmortem, kwa maana ya kwamba uchunguzi wa kifo, na pale ambapo taarifa kamili zitakapopatikana kutokana na ripoti hizo, tutakuwa na uhakika wa kujua nini hasa kilitokea katika eneo la tukio,
Hey,
na nini hasa
manifestations of God.
kilisababisha mgeni huyu aitwe Ashlee kufariki kwa kujinyonga.
Pause. So they're doing postmortem, the autopsy, and they're waiting for the doctors to finish the autopsy report, and then when the conclusion happens, then they will report.
Okay, so although they reported it as her unaliving herself, when they say they are waiting postmortem, they're doing postmortem after death autopsies. And then they will report what? A cause? How? Y'all?
On what happened to Ashlee.
Yeah, so they will report a cause of death and what happened to Ashlee. Although they already released it as her unaliving herself. You said that's BS. It's no way you can hang from those rods. She was placed there, in my opinion. Yep. He should have never verbalized she used, because he never saw her attempting or trying to use it. Absolutely correct. Absolutely. That whole rack would have fell down. He realized what he had done and ran like Forrest. He thought she was unalived, but she had a pulse. He could have saved her if he wanted to. He could have saved her if he wanted to. He possibly, that's fishy. Black women don't use ropes. The opposite do that. Okay. I hope they have the butler as a suspect also, because something is off. That's what somebody just said on here. They should have some walkie-talkies or something, so he could have stayed to help by calling for assistance. Then there has to be something in the room to call for assistance. Their phones in the room should be able to call locally. So let's see.
Okay.
Nitoe wito kwa wanahabari na wananchi wote kwa ujumla. Linapotokea tukio kama hili, naomba tujitahidi sana kupata taarifa sahihi kutoka kwa mamlaka husika, badala ya kuchukua taarifa kutoka kwenye vyanzo ambavyo sio sahihi. Na hii inaweza ikaleta mtafaruku wa kuona kwamba kilichotokea pale hakifanani na kile ambacho wengine wanakifikiria. Kwa hiyo mimi niseme tu, jeshi la polisi kwa kushirikiana na hospitali ya Lumumba pamoja na idara nyingine za kisayansi, tunaendelea na uchunguzi wa kupata ufumbuzi wa kujua ni nini kimetokea, na pale ambapo itathibitika kuna jambo lolote la kijinai limetokea, hatua.
So he said, let's refrain from
I got
listening
you, baby.
and watching news outlets that don't have proof and telling the truth. So we should refrain from listening to other people if we need further information on what really happened.
Well, the thing is, how can we refrain when y'all are not really giving us nothing? How can you refrain from, I can kind of differentiate what sounds right and what doesn't, but how can you even put that statement out if you guys already put it out as her unaliving herself, but at the same time still have to do post-mortem autopsies?
What the real scenarios are, we should listen to the commissioner.
Okay. I want to address this comment. Lady Road takes vacation, says she was unconscious but breathing. No, not initially. She was struggling, according to the butler. And it spooked him, according to him. He saw her
She was
struggling,
throwing
right?
her legs. Yes, her legs were. You see how people throw their legs? He said that she was struggling and throwing her legs. Her legs were thrown. Yeah.
Yeah, so she wasn't unconscious yet. Her body was responding to the trauma and the pressure around her neck. No, the butler did not help her get down. He ran.
I said that she had to be kicking her legs, y'all. And
let's continue.
Yes.
Zitachukuliwa dhidi ya mhusika. Nikisema hivi huyu mume wa marehemu au mchumba wa marehemu Bwana Joseph tuko naye kwa mahojiano zaidi. Hivi ninavyozungumza, timu ya wapelelezi inaendelea kufanya mahojiano naye kwa ajili ya kutaka kujua vile vile nini kimesibu pale. Lakini vile vile ninapozungumza kuhusiana na uchunguzi wa kifo cha marehemu, uchunguzi
he says that Joseph has been arrested and he's being interrogated. Yes, interrogation. He's being interrogated by the police on what happened to Ashlee. Continue.
Y'all listen. Can you repeat that? Joseph has
he
been
was.
what?
He's been arrested.
Well, there it is, y'all. This was yesterday. They said Joseph has been arrested.
And he's being interrogated by the police, questioned about Ashlee's death.
Listen
He's in
to this, y'all.
custody.
Okay, you heard her say the commander of the police commander is saying that Joe is in custody and being questioned, interrogated regarding Ashlee's death. My question is, why would you need to interrogate him if he wasn't in the room? He wouldn't know anything about the death. If the story you're telling as law enforcement is my butler found her, why would you need to take Joe into custody? Let's continue.
I agree. I agree with that. Y'all know why America got in this? Think about it. Elon is from where? Wow. So he been arrested. That's exactly what I've been hearing. Yes. Oh my God, my heart goes out to the family. This has to be hard just hearing your child was still alive when someone found her and left. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Tunaufanya kwa kushirikiana na ndugu wa marehemu, kwa maana ya kwamba wametuma mwakilishi taasisi maalum inayoshughulika na uchunguzi wa vifo kwa maana ya corona, ambayo imepata authority au kibali kutoka ubalozi wa Marekani nchini Tanzania, Dar es Salaam, na hiyo barua tumeiona na nakala ya barua hiyo imepelekwa mpaka hospitali.
And I told you, Special K, it was said that he is from Africa as well. Joseph.
Ya serikali Lumumba kutoa mamlaka ambayo wamepewa kutoka kwa ndugu wa marehemu kwa hii taasisi kusimamia uchunguzi wa kifo cha marehemu.
And there you have it. First of all, shout out to our beautiful, beautiful Somali queen all the way from Nairobi, Kenya, who came online to translate from Swahili to English for us. We so appreciate you, Somali.
She did an
queen.
amazing job.
Thank you, Queen. Thank you.
Let me give you a round of applause if I can find it. Give me 1 second. This round of applause should be sitting right in the room, period, if he were not in the room. Janice said that's probably why Joe ran. Why he ran, because Joe was in the room. Initial reports, let me show you. And Somali, feel free to jump in. This was an excellent breakdown. Thank you so much.
It was.
Here's the initial report. from the medical examiner, not the police commander. Could it be possible that money was exchanged and maybe they thought this would go away and now they're having to pull Joe back in, but handling it very carefully in order not to expose any type of corruption? Somali, what are your thoughts?
Trini.
Queen, do you want my honest opinion on this?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Let me tell you my honest opinion, guys. So this guy choked her and made sure that she is going to be unalived and put her in that rope and hung her and paid the staff to say they saw nothing.
That's your honest belief.
Yes, there's
Go
no
ahead.
evidence. There's no evidence because you cannot tell me a resort cannot be like there's no camera, not even one single one.
I'm trying to tell y'all what's like, oh my God. Yes, that's what I believe. I believe, and you should be able to tell if he did that to her first before he even, can I say it, choked? You should be able to tell if that was what it was first. And I feel like the story did not add up on him going back and just going in the room. You don't just go in nobody's room. Is that even fucking legal? Is that even legal? To just open the door because you knocked. Who says I'm not asleep? How you know I'm not naked? How you know I'm not in the shower? How you know I'm not doing a lot of things? And I just don't want to be bothered because after all, we just had an altercation. I could just be, I'm over it. I'm over it. So what allows you to open my door? And when he came in the door, alleged, all of this is going to be alleged. When he came in the door, he thought the job was already done. His ass got spooked because her legs was still moving. Her body was moving. Her body was moving. That's why he ran. He thought it was over and he thought it was done. But how dare you walk into a room and see some legs moving and some arms and maybe some head movements, some moaning and groaning. Your ass got spooked because you thought it was done and you was already paid. You was paid to just come in the room. Who are they to say they saw signs and she was showing signs? It don't add up. Thank you so much, Cancer 66. My words are getting tongue tied and everything because it doesn't make sense. And nowhere do I know you knock on somebody's door and how you know she wasn't around the villa? How you know she didn't turn the lights out and go to Joe's room? Talk to me. Like this is just not adding up. So I agree with this lady. He was paid. But see, not thinking it all the way through, not enough time, she was still fighting for her life.
No video. And then they're hiding the identity of that server guy. The police said we are hiding his identity. We are not exposing him right now.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's
then
what they said.
I really believe, like y'all see, Buddy just spoke for him. Buddy just told the story. No, he should have been interviewed and we should have heard his story. Because I guarantee you, his story and the man we just heard, I bet you their stories don't coincide. It's gonna be some holes right there too. Because when he said he went back to take her order, oh, he just conveniently forgot. He was still making his rounds. How did he forget? They want that money. They so poor over there, right? They so poor. He didn't want to go he forgot to get her order. Y'all think so? They love tips and American money.
And remember, the report also said, in case we have forgotten, that this man, Joe, did not call her parents to tell them about their daughter's death. The hotel staff called the parents. So the hotel staff told the parents. When they asked Joe later on...
Let me tell y'all something. I'm pissed, but let me tell y'all this. When he called and he didn't give them all of the details, when he called and he said something happened, he knew exactly what happened. He just didn't know he didn't want to incriminate himself even by trying to explain what they said happened, but he already knew what happened. So he had the hotel call. And he ain't called since.
Why he had not communicated with them, he said he had just found out. But the report says that he had known 11 hours prior to talking to the parents. So make that make sense to me.
It don't, baby. It don't.
Oh, this is a lot. I don't believe Ashlee I don't believe Ashlee attempted to take her own life. I don't. There is conflicting reports from the onset regarding the two entities. You have law enforcement there in Tanzania. You also have the medical examiner report. Now, let's listen to what the medical examiner initially documented. We got to play the news clip in order to get that piece.
And Corinne is live in the Satellite Center with the latest. Cheyenne.
Hi, Sarah and Brian. Yeah, Ashlee Robinson, she was actually raised locally in South Jersey, and now her death is making headlines across the world. Well, today we spoke to her family in Delaware, who say they aren't getting any answers about what happened to her from officials in Tanzania or her fiancé.
My daughter.
Give me 1 second. I just realized I have the overlay. You caught the audio, but this is one thing I need you to see.
Y'all share
Give me
my
1
live
second.
out, please. But
Here we go.
please share her live out, y'all. Please.
All right.
No, they didn't say that part. They didn't say that.
Ashlee,
Eminem.
she's no longer here with us, and we're trying to find out why.
On April 5th, influencer Ashlee Robinson, who goes by Ashlee Jenae on Instagram, was celebrating her 31st birthday in Zanzibar, Tanzania. She was on the vacation with her boyfriend of 1 year, who popped the question just 2 days before.
She was starting the next chapter of her life. She called us and FaceTimed us to share with us her travel.
Ashlee's mother says she never would have expected that less than a week later, her daughter would be dead. On April 8th, she says Ashlee called saying she and her fiancé got into an argument and were moved to separate rooms. The next day, she received another call, this time from her fiancé.
He told me that Ashlee did something to herself and that she was being taken to the hospital. I said, what happened?
Okay.
I was
All
gonna
right.
pause it too.
So he knew.
We gonna pause at the same
By
time.
the mom's account, he knew. If she's on her way to the hospital, then you know, let's just go with his story, that she attempted to take her own life.
And he didn't say that. He just said that she did something to herself. He didn't say how. He didn't say pills. He didn't say rope. He didn't say nothing.
Life. Did they run to your room immediately? And those are the details that the police commander is leaving out. When did you notify Joe? As soon as it happened? Because if what he's saying is true and the butler ran away and got the security personnel, when did they go contact Joe in Villa 65, who's 8 to 10 minutes away by walking. That's the first thing. So he knew immediately that Ashlee was in distress. Either they notified him immediately or he was in that room. What are your thoughts, Somali?
I agree with you, Queen. There's so many missing pieces, and someone is lying. I know who. I can't say it because I know who's lying. That country is known.
Shit, I know who too. They are. Because think about it. Before he could get into the room, he had to push the door, y'all. He had to push the door. So did she push something to the door or did Joe push something to the door?
Terms of the type of government they live under. So something like this happening and them covering it up is because they thought this will go away very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
They just thought, oops, they're going to say somebody unalived themselves. Oh, it was suicide. Oh, and it's just going to go quiet. They just did not expect this type of
pushback,
social media activity. Yes.
It's pressure.
All right. This is the part I want you all to pay attention to.
And he told me it had been 11 hours prior.
Hours later, the luxury resort the couple was staying at called saying that Ashlee passed away. According to the hospital,
Joe called first.
Yep.
Listen to what the mom said. Wow, Ashlee was on the way to the hospital. That means he lied. Either Ashlee was... the mom said he told me she's on the way to the hospital. She did something to herself. And a few hours later, the hotel called to say she passed. That means they delayed the call. Joe may have misled the mom into believing Ashlee was on the way when she probably had already passed away. It was still fighting for her life. Sounds like the hotel was in cahoots because he made the call first. They made the second call to say your daughter has passed. That's what I'm believing. That's what I'm thinking. Let's continue.
Hospital's medical report, Ashlee had an unidentified mark around her neck. They wrote, according to her husband, he found she hung herself on the door.
Whoa, there it is.
Didn't
question the African.
Didn't act just like that yesterday, y'all. Just like that. Listen.
I question the police. I question the resort. The hospital staff said he or whomever wrote this report said he said. The fiance, the husband said that he found her with a new.
That ain't her husband. The boyfriend found her. It does not say anything. Y'all know I act just like this yesterday when I read this. It doesn't say anything about hotel staff finding her. It says he, Joe McCann, Joseph, whatever the hell they want to call him, found her.
Noose around her neck. Not the butler, not the housekeeper, but that man claimed he found her. So if the butler walked into the room, then you better bet your freaking bottom dollar that boy, that white man was up in there.
Hello. Thank you. That, her page is Queen Sheba. It's special. There it goes. Queen Sheba, darling. It's down there for you, Nay. Woo, baby.
And that's what fucking spooked him and caused him to run off. I'm sorry.
Thank you, Special
K. Profanity, please.
That's
what caused him to run off, probably. It says it right here. According to the husband, he found she hanged herself on the door. The part they got right was on the door, and according to the husband. The butler said she was on the door, but I think the body weight that was prohibiting the butler from coming in was a man. That's why he had to push and push and push to get the door.
Jesus! Damn! I said something was against the door, and she's thinking it was him on the door. Good God Almighty.
Door open. The second question I have is to the butler. This sounds like a concocted story. Something isn't right. If the lights are off and if it's after 8 p.m., why would you still go into somebody's private room?
Thank you.
For all you know, they could be asleep.
Mm.
When it, as hotel staff and resort staff, we start entering into people's room without their permission. That doesn't sound right to me. Somali Queen, what are your thoughts?
I agree with you, Queen. Nobody's ever gone into my room anywhere, if I'm around or not. So
hello.
And I think the lie comes in at the charger part. People have been saying,
I told y'all, we have to listen. How in the hell did they separate them at 6 p.m. and 2 to 3 hours later, she's looking for a charger? But at the same time, she's found unconscious. Come on, man. Make that shit make sense. It doesn't add up. None of the timeline adds up.
separated. One has been put in a different room. The other one remained in their official room. Somebody asks you for a charger and says, come back 10 minutes later, and you come back 20 minutes later and you find them hanging.
Hey, Break Room, welcome in. She says, I've been trying to catch up on this story. Definitely got to catch the replay. Hey, Cree in chat. Hey, baby. Yes. Girl, yes. Please catch the replay. Mine, or you can follow the originator of the live that we are discussing, and that is Queen Sheba Darling. Like, this is taking me out.
Doesn't make sense, Queen.
Okay, he said he bumped into Ashlee. She asked for a charger. What did the first thing I said? If they kept Ashlee in the primary room, all of their belongings are there. So here's the thing. Some of you said, well, maybe Joe took it. No, he didn't. He didn't have time to take it. When security comes and intervenes in the middle of a heated argument, you're embarrassed. You're opening up the door.
Well, first of all,
they're saying, sir, we need you to go. Right now, they're probably saying, we need you to go to villa number 65 or we're going to have to call the police. The other guests are complaining, we need you all to separate right now. I assume they're standing there, they're in the room, the door is open. If he would have taken Ashlee's charger, they're already fighting. She would have had a reaction. Hey, give me my charger. Don't take my charger. I need that. So I believe that's a lie. I believe him bumping into Ashlee. Why would Ashlee be roaming around in Tanzania in the middle of the jungle of the resort, right? Late at night.
The whole charger shit is a lie. She never needed a charger. She was in the room, the same room. They didn't remove her from that room. And she would have. She would have made no, that's my charger. Leave my charger. Something like that. But here's the thing. She did not leave the room. He did. So why would she be looking for a charger at all? Why would she need one at all? Did it break?
Doesn't sound right. It doesn't sound right that she asked you for a charger when she has the primary room. Everything's in the room. So that part I questioned, right? I didn't think he was lying, but I kept saying, why would she need a freaking charger? You got the main room.
Hello.
That's the second thing. I think Joe asked you to leave. I think Joe told you to give him 10 minutes. I think you came back after you quote unquote gave the charger and Joe was in the room. Let's call a spade a spade. I don't think the butler harmed Ashlee. I think at some point between the butler seeing Ashlee, running into Ashlee, the charger part is I don't believe it. I think
I don't think so either. And I think Joe gave him money. And I think Joe asked for those 10 minutes. Listen, he said from their suspicions. Listen to that. He said they already had their suspicions. They didn't say suspicions of her. They didn't say suspicions of Joe. They didn't say of who. but they already had their suspicions. So check this out. Joe gave him that money. He said, give me 10 minutes. And he did it. And that's why he didn't go back in 10 minutes. He went back in 20 because he wanted to make sure the job was all the way done.
He went back and the white guy was in the room. And he asked you, come back in a little bit.
We're just talking. We're going to talk.
You came back. Now, the part about, I think there's some truths. He was concerned. Maybe he thought Joe left.
Yes. So he allowed them to talk. That's where the suspicions came from. He probably allowed them to talk. Remember, they shouldn't have been in the same room at all. They were just separated. And his suspicions was on Joe.
And went to check on Ashlee and came in and it was darker than a mofo. And he flipped that light on after trying to get that door open. And that white face was like the ghost of the ghost of Christmas, scared the crap out of him. But in the meantime, he got a quick 1-2, 1-2, saw Ashlee on that door struggling for her life, kicking and screaming. Not screaming, kicking. That's why he didn't help. He ran because a man was in the room, I believe. That's why he ran. They come back with security. And Joe said she hurt herself.
Why won't he just say that? Why is he afraid? He's afraid he's going to get in trouble. Why won't he just say, listen, I let them talk. He told me just to give them 10 minutes, yada, yada, yada. I went back to check on her when I was knocking, no answer. I became worried about her. And when I opened the door to check on her, this is what I seen. How fucking hard is it? How hard is that?
And that's why you see on this report, husband says he found that she hung herself on the door.
Damn.
Cheryl say that tracks. You said he probably saw a demon in pure form. I'm talking about rare form. Scared the bejesus out of him.
He already looks scary. Thank you so much,
Scared the
that
bejesus
one.
out of him.
That man probably did research and found out how slow that country is, that island is. They don't speak no English. They don't have the facilities. And he said, that's where I'm going to finish up, pretending I'm taking her on vacation. And that's why he paid for a low budget resort.
Keep that in mind, you guys.
A low budget
He took her
resort.
to a low budget resort. This is not fancy schmancy. And as a matter of fact, a little bit earlier when we were surveying the resort to really get a look at this room and identify how in the world can she hang herself on a closet door, right? Which was included in initial reports. We're saying there's no way. There is no way. Now, I want to show you something else. Let's go back to what the police commander initially said, because now he's changing his story somewhat. And I have to call it out. Listen to this. Let me get the details. Give me 1 second. Here we go. All right. Initially, the police in North Zanzibar reported that social media personality Ashlee Robinson, known as Ashlee Jenae, died in the hospital after being rushed there. She was found in her hotel room by a hotel staff member in a hanging position.
Contradiction right there. She was found by a hotel staff member. That is not what the hospital report says. That is not what the hospital report says. Big contradiction.
So that's going to track with what he's saying now, right? However, the hospital said, the fiance, the husband, whatever he calls himself, is the one that found the body.
Thank you, Ranithia, baby.
In an interview, the police commander said Ashlee was found hanging in her room on April 8th. Initially, they didn't give us a time frame. She was rescued while in critical condition and taken to the hospital where she passed away on April 9th while receiving treatment. Let's continue. This was the initial report. The commander stated that her body is still at the hospital and investigations are ongoing to determine the cause of her death. Initial reports indicated that a hotel worker, listen to this. Initial reports indicate a hotel worker discovered her while cleaning, raised an alarm, and said she was taken to the hospital.
Child, y'all better stop playing with this baby and her family. They better stop playing. They can't even keep it together. That's why I told y'all, if they interview that man, the hotel staff, they're going to get a different story than what that commander told.
So either the butler was cleaning or he was serving. You got to get your story together. Zanzibar.
Let's get it.
It's about 2 days now in Nangui. She was found hanging by a hotel staff member who raised the alarm, and she was rushed to the hospital. The body is still in Zanzibar, and if not yesterday, then today, it would have gone examination. This is the initial report from the commander. So then we get to a little bit into it. The commander also said that Ashlee's fiancé, Joe McCann, who was traveling with her, has not been arrested then because he was not in the room at the time she was found. Then why are you arresting him now?
Why? Why? Come on, Queen Sheba. Why are you arresting him? So they were just saying yesterday he was a witness, right? How could he be a witness if he wasn't in the room? Then they arrested him, but he wasn't in the room initially.
Why would you take an innocent man and arrest him now? Why would you seize his passport now? It doesn't make sense. Somebody is telling a bold-faced lie.
Period.
However, the investigations are still ongoing. If your hotel staff found her, that's who you should be arresting. That's who should have been taken into custody.
That's who should be interrogated. That's who we should be getting reports from, telling what they actually seen, not somebody speaking for them that can't even say what they, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're just going off of word of mouth.
According to social media reports, Ashlee had recently gotten engaged to Joe McCann during one of their tourist trips to Tanzania. Now, let's be very clear. This is not his first time taking Ashlee out of the country. The commander also said that, okay, this is the wrong one. Let's go to this one. As previously reported, Robinson had traveled to Zanzibar with her fiancé. Family members confirmed the couple was on vacation when the tragic situation unfolded. Police say that the two were experiencing relationships issues during the trip. I called that out earlier. I said they didn't say an isolated issue. They said issues throughout the entire trip, which led hotel staff to step in and separate them into different rooms in an effort to ease tensions. There was a disagreement, and the hotel management made the decision to separate them, placing each of them in their own room. The commander explained. He added that the hotel staff later contacted, listen to this, somebody is lying.
Oh
after
my
they
God.
separated them.
It says, explain, he added that the hotel staff later contacted authorities after becoming concerned about Robinson's well-being, indicating there may have been warning signs prior to the incident.
Commander, he said that the hotel contacted local authorities after being concerned about Ashlee's well-being, indicating there may have been warning signs prior to the incident, prior to her death. The hotel staff contacted the police and said, listen, we are concerned for her. They tried to give the police a heads up.
Concerned for her because of him. Not concerned for her because of herself.
Prior to her being found dead in that room. Thank you, Sam D, for the 2-piece and a pepper. You said, I just want to know, why would he do this? That's a good question. Officials say Robinson was still alive when the police were alerted. She was transported to a hospital for emergency care, but sadly passed away the following day, Friday, April 10th. So this happened April 8th, about 8:55, 9 p.m. They are lying about 11 hours. She was fighting for her life. I'm going to say at least 24 to 36 hours. You can't get from April 8th to April 10th without taking into consideration that that's a 48-hour time span.
And
Somebody is lying. She did not die within an 11-hour period. That is 2 whole days from the time April 8th you took her to the hospital to the time she took her last breath. Something happened in between that time.
It did. Something did. Let me read this. Yes, please. Thank you so much, Cancer 66. If y'all can, please share the live out. They didn't expect to get this much traction. No, they did not expect this story to get much traction. Like she said, they thought it was going to be an open and close. Oh, they were arguing. Oh, she unalived herself. Done. Nope. Not happening. Not happening. Everything points to Joe unaliving her. That's it. That's all. That is it. That is all. And I'm to be honest, fuck that. I don't want to hear from nobody but the butler. Because I don't like the fact that you said you was going back to take her order. But then this says, the initial report says you was cleaning. No, buddy, we want to hear your story. They're trying to make sure that they are not going to be liable. And that is what they doing. Somebody said that the butler is worried about losing his job. No, he should be worried about going to fucking jail. With all these inconsistencies, you should be worried about going to jail. Fuck the job. Joe knew low budget resorts to take Ashlee to. He knew they didn't speak English. Yep. He did. And with all that money that he supposedly has, I know you said he lost some special care, but with all that money, his net worth is still coming up pretty damn high. That's the resort you plan to take her to?
That's not being reported, even if she was just in the hospital.
2 whole days.
Catrice, thank you for the 5-piece and a pepper. You say, I pray the FBI gets involved and that it's not another Capo 6. May the Lord bless her soul and cover her family. The mom said that Joe called her and said 11 hours ago. Okay, let's go with that theory.
It couldn't have been 11.
That means he would have called the mom April 9th about 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. in the morning. That means Ashlee was still alive.
Right.
April 9th when he made that call. But he lied when he made that call. And he says, we're on the way to the hospital. No, she's already in the hospital. She's been there overnight.
Mm-hmm.
He delayed the call and he wasn't forthcoming with the details. The question is why? Okay. So then a whole day later, Ashlee succumbs to her injuries and she passes away. We got 2 days for people to come up with the story.
Yep.
We got 2 days for people to clean everything up.
And they still ain't coming up with the right one.
They've had a 2-day head start. Just keep that in mind. The math ain't mathing. The details are missing.
And also, Queen, the commissioner did a press conference, an official one, on the 14th.
So they've had 8. This happened on the 8th. They've had almost a week.
Yep, 6 days.
A week.
6 days.
To get their story
Crazy
together.
work.
You said go back to the giraffe picture? Okay, I'll go back. Give me 1 second. So they've had almost a 7-day head start. Let's go back. So she passed away April 10th. He didn't do a press conference to the 14th, and he wasn't arrested to the 14th. They're saying there was a disagreement. Okay, we got that. And there's one more, I do believe. Authorities also confirmed her body remains in Tanzania pending further medical examination, which is standard procedure before arraignment.
I'm sorry, y'all. Let me read this. And when Krisha, I do think the butler is worried about losing his job. We got to remember this is a third world country. Yeah. Yeah. The butler probably knows they're going to believe a white man over him. Absolutely. You're right. You're right. They already, he already don't got money. So he's probably working for the little bit to take care of his family. And he could be. Maybe that's why he's asked her to marry him so he could. Yeah, he did. That was all that shit was planned. I said this in the beginning of the live. I'll say it again. He did that on purpose to say, I just proposed to her. Why would I, you know? Crazy thing is, you proposed to her knowing the whole damn time y'all had been arguing.
Arrangements are made to return her to the United States. So the parents, here's the thing. The parents have started a GoFundMe to get her body back here to the United States, right? Ashlee passed away. Her fiancé didn't even give her family the dignity to make the call himself. He put it on the hotel. Not only that, he's going to leave her body there. They're having to do a GoFundMe to get her back.
Could y'all fucking imagine? That just shows you how much he didn't care. That just shows you what he really thought about her.
Why would this millionaire not give this family any money to get the woman he claims he loved, whom he found hanging? She hung herself, according to him. Why would he not put any money on the line to ensure that the love of his life gets back home to the United States? Why would you cut off all communication? Right. Even if he is broke, listen to me. Why would you cut off all communication with
nothing? No, I'm sorry that your family is going through this. No condolences, no nothing. They have not heard from you since you called them the first time. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Yeah.
and he says, we're on the way to
I'm
the
gonna play it
hospital.
right here. Give me a second. I'm sorry, y'all.
No, she's already in the hospital. She's been there overnight.
Actually, let's go right here.
He's not the first white guy to do this.
There was also a crypto guy that lured another foreigner into New York. Do y'all remember the story? Under the guise of talking crypto, and he flew in, I do believe, another country, and he held him captive in New York City. Look up the story. And he was able to escape. Do y'all remember that story about 4 or 5 months ago?
Yes.
Let's continue. Let me, and then we're going to go ahead and. All right. So then we get here. Authorities also okay. So now the parents, I believe that because the parents are raising money, that the medical examination may have concluded, and they're just not telling us because the parents are raising money, which to me would establish that some type of communication occurred to give them a dollar amount that they would have to spend to get Ashlee back.
Well, now we do know, so because this was yesterday, y'all, last night. So now we do know that they're actually sending somebody over there for another autopsy from the US. So the US embassy sends a coroner over there to assist with the autopsy. So
Otherwise, why start a GoFundMe if you don't know how much you need to raise? Can somebody look up the GoFundMe really quick and see the goal, what the goal is, how much they're charging these poor
The
people?
goal is 50K.
Damn.
And they're at what? I don't know, 20K?
crazy work, ain't it, Special K?
That's a lot of money to get a body back.
I want her to.
I want to show you all the room.
Yeah, that's what I want to see.
What the rooms look like. The villa. I said room. So this is what we're looking like. This is the bed area, table. Let's see if we can get that front door. So she was right here, I would probably think. Let's go back.
Oh, Jesus.
To the beginning. This looks like the balcony.
Mm-hmm.
That's where she was found.
Let's go back. Hold on. She was found. Right in this area. Hold on. Right here.
Right there. That's where
Shit, right where?
she was found.
She got to go back somewhere.
Y'all, you know what that looks like? Somebody that's trying to get out the door. Somebody that may have been trying to run to the front door, not take their own life. And if I'm running to the door, that could mean I'm running from somebody who's in my room that could have been behind me and slipped something behind my neck, whether it's an elbow.
Oh, God. Yes, ma'am.
Because if we think of the manual asphyxiation that Anna Kepner suffered, the young lady that was murdered on the cruise ship by her stepbrother, he manually strangled her by placing his elbow, listen, they believe, across her windpipe to cut off circulation. Joe could have choked her or attempted to strangle her at the door.
Mm-hmm.
And then proceeded, allegedly, I'm just saying, to make it look as if she took her own life. That would end, if you're by the door, you're trying to get out, or you just walked in.
Mm-hmm. I think he let Joe back in. I think he let Joe back in when he made this story up about the charger. He's just not saying that part, but he let him back in. Because that's the part that is unbelievable right there. She's in her room. Why would she need to go find a charger when she's in the initial room that they started in? What he did was he let him back in. And he didn't know, and he asked him for 10 minutes. He didn't know if he left or not. But when he was knocking and he didn't get an answer, that's when he went into that room.
Okay, Lady Rowe, this is very interesting. You cannot enter Zanzibar without buying their traveler's insurance. What does it detail? What does it cover? I'm very technical. That's going to give us a little bit of insight.
No, the travel insurance is not even, it's not much. Come on, guys. It's not much. It's $30, $40, $60.
But what does it cover?
No, just for I think
there was a great question that just popped up on her screen, and it says, does anybody know if they looked at the room for evidence? Because we haven't heard any of that. And I know it's different from the US, but they need to get on board because the room should have been looked at in depth.
it doesn't cover for. Let me just check, Queen.
That's what I'm thinking. J.C. McClinton. They had to have been in an argument, or he surprised her. Remember the guy? Oh, this is just so many holes in the story. He could have knocked on the door, and she thought it was the butler.
Or the butler let him in. Simple as that. And I'm not even saying he sneakily let him in. Like, he maybe just asked her, can we talk? And then he maybe just said, just give me, can you give us 10 minutes? He thought it was all cool. They were just going to talk for these 10 minutes. But when he came back to check on her, it wasn't what he thought.
Either you're leaving or you're coming in. But either way, I do not believe she harmed herself. I'm gonna align myself with the notion of the family. There's no way.
So let me read these comments. Yeah, it is crazy work. He doesn't have to let him back in. He still has the key. You're absolutely right. Keep me on my toes. He has the key. Because they haven't said that they took the key from him. They haven't said, and then you guys said that it was like my door is. You have to put in the code to get into my house. So I seen somebody say that that's the kind of door that it was. This is so baffling as to why he did have to. Why did he have to unalive her? She go her way and he go his way and be done. That's the easy way. Some not letting you go that easy. Do you think he was the one who said he needed to be let back in because he left his charger? Wow. Porcelain doll. Could have been. But then again, you just heard what Eminem said. He still had the key or the code.
Generally, travel insurance for Zanzibar, whether bought independently or required for entry, generally covers health emergencies, trip disruptions, and basic travel risks.
What's the max amount? Because you remember Wendy and Eddie got travelers insurance. You don't remember? And claimed that their diamond ring was missing. He could claim that his ring is gone. That'll give him a good $20,000. He just proposed to her. I thought about that. I said, I wonder if he took the ring back.
One of you guys asked that in the chat. I don't know, but they should be giving us a list of things that she was wearing, that was on her fingers, that was, everything. They should be telling us everything by now, from just the initial autopsy. What she was wearing. Where is that? Where's that information?
Yeah. Y'all don't remember Wendy and Eddie? Esafo? Am I saying their name right?
Osefo.
Osefo.
Wendy Osefo. So they're saying that maximum coverage limits Zanzibar mandatory policy, emergency medical treatment up to 50,000 USD.
Up to 50,000.
Personal accident 10,000 USD. Baggage loss 400 USD. Personal liability.
Go ahead.
Personal liability is 5,000 USD. So what this really means is the 50K medical cap is the main limit, and honestly, it's not very high for serious cases. Evacuation alone to Nairobi or Europe can cost 20 to 100K. Yes. So Zanzibar policy equals basic safety net. It's not enough on its own for serious medical emergencies, legal protection, high value claims. Most travelers still carry separate international insurance with 100K to 1 million plus medical coverage.
She was found right here. Right here. This is where you enter the door. This is where the butler attempted to come in, and there was something blocking. If Ashlee was truly on the other side of that door without Joe being in that room, even if the door would have felt a bit weighted, the butler would have still been able to get in.
Would have still been able to open the door. Now this is the balcony. I wonder, can you walk from balcony to balcony? I wonder if you could just walk down. That charger seems to be a big factor. Are they sure that wasn't the weapon? Okay. He couldn't do it for insurance because he was saying, you're right about that. I can't say that word. I hope they had enough. You would think so. You would think so, but somebody said something. I missed it. I remember. Hey, Pratt, welcome in. Somebody said the room should have been a crime scene. Absolutely. It should have been everything should have been collected.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
No, there are not. That's what they're saying. There's no camera.
This is, we'll be tuned in.
Yes, we will. So
you said the ring probably ain't real anyway. Probably not.
We.
Marisha said he is a fraud. Joe is a fraud. He is not a millionaire. What's the scam? What's the T on Joe? What's the T on Joe? Some of you were saying you feel like this is that's a clear view. Thank you. Thank you.
There you go, Special K. That was you, Special K.
Could it be a fit of passion, a crime of passion? They've been fighting since they got there. Make it make sense. It's a birthday trip.
I want to know what they were fighting over. That's what I want to know. So it's so much more. I think as the days go, it's so much more that is gonna come out, y'all. It could have been a crime of passion. Like, think about it. They were engaged before they even made it to this hotel. So it could have been something like I keep saying, she wasn't ready, or it could have been something like that, and he just wasn't taking. I'm not ready for an answer. But I think it's going to be so much more that comes out. I pray that the family do go over there so they can really get all the answers to the questions. It's going to be kind of hard because nobody over here speaks English. But I'm going to I want y'all to go finish this. I'm going to finish it from here. On my own. If I see anything, of course, I'll come back. Or I'm going to look into some things too that I seen and heard on here. But man, it's deep. It's real deep. I also don't think the hospital gave her the medical attention she needed, because hospitals in these countries need money before they can treat. Yep, they do. They do. Why did she need a charger if she was going to herself? Why did she need a charger anyway when she was never removed from the initial room? There's so many questions we can ask about that charger. Somebody else said, was it the weapon? How long was the cord? Don't y'all think she would have used that before she used the robe that could just tear? Come on now. The pic is dark, but the height on the door is tall. She don't look that tall to carry out such an act. And here's the thing. Now that you say that, you say it's tall, right? Was there a bucket? What did she have to put herself up there? Y'all don't, man, y'all. We could go on and on and on and on, right? Because there would be something she would have to put herself up there and to kick, right? All right. So we is they may have to hire a translator, yeah, to take along with them or use their phone to translate. Absolutely. Yeah. And I will record every damn thing. Everything. Yeah. She would need something. She would need something to assist with that. So that's what I'm saying. Where is all the rest of the information? The room evidence. He could have taken the charger to get her to not communicate with anyone. I believe the charger may have been something that she would need. Thank you, Cree. Great live and very informative. Hope everyone enjoyed the live. Thanks for supporting Cree today. Yes, thank you all. Thank you. Special thank you to Special K for putting us on game with this live. Y'all, please. I will. Y'all, please continue the live so we can definitely have something to talk about when we come back. I will keep y'all updated. I'm going to finish the rest. I got a couple of things I need to do today. I am, Trini. I promise. Thank you so much, Sabby. I'm going to go listen to that Special K. Now, Cree, you got to keep us updated. I got you. And I'm going to read this one last comment and then we're going to get out of here. Again, thank you all for the super chats, the cash apps. The engagement was crazy. I appreciate it. They claim that since 2025, he has lost the 100 million he made in the past. The market went down since COVID. He was putting on a front to keep her. Didn't want her to know he lost millions. And that could be that could be so true. And then you get somebody I said I was gonna go, didn't I? You get somebody all wrapped up in this lifestyle, popping tags, Louis Vuitton store, Chanel, Prada, and then you can't keep it up. Ooh, okay. Yes, great live. Shout out to you, Special K, for putting us up on here. She's on point, and she is. I shared it on my community wall. For the people who do not know who we was watching, again, it's Queen Sheba. I love y'all. A hanging rod in a closet isn't high enough for a person to unalive theirself. That's just not possible. He couldn't maintain it. You better say it, Raquel. Y'all have a great rest of the day, and I will see y'all soon. Maybe late tonight I'll come back. But I love y'all. Peace.
Yeah. Let's go. Welcome to Cree's Conversation Lounge. Hey, 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 hey. Step in the room, whole vibe shift. Timeline messy, I clock that quick. Real talk heavy, no sugar, no glaze. When Chris start talking, they stuck for days. Screenshot ready, receipts on file. Some love the truth, some hate the style. Boss talk only, I speak then react. If the story get crazy, I'm bringing it back. Talk, yeah. Boss talk, yeah, the truth run loud. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Chris Conversation, we run this crowd. Yeah, yeah. Mic high, yeah, the pressure on. Yeah, yeah. When Chris go live, they clicking on. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Boss talk, no filter, no filter, no fear. If it's real or messy, it's landing right here. Late night energy, lights stay low. Chat going crazy, views on go. No fake reactions, I keep it raw. Unpacking the drama, exposing the flaw. Some throw shade, some show love. Still trending heavy, I rise above. From viral moments to real life pain. Could break it down and run it again. Run it, let's go. Talk, yeah, the truth run loud. Yeah, yeah. Crease Conversation, we run this crowd. Yeah, yeah. Real talk, yeah, the vibe too strong. Yeah, yeah. Once you pull up, you locked in long. Pour up the tea, get comfortable now. Conversation Lounge, we setting the tone. Big Crit energy, facts on display. Welcome to the lounge, now press play.